2020 Chess Helps charity event with Pratik Pinisetti and Jonathan Martinez, who both have charitable organizations that they have founded, and they're partnering up for this Chess Helps event. And all of the proceeds from that are raised from today's event will be donated to U.S. Chess. And so we're joined with Pratik Pinisetti, who's at the top of me on the screen. Hi, Pratik.
Hey Robbie, how's it going?
Great, great. And Jonathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent,
So
excellent.
happy as always.
Are you lying, or are you actually telling the truth that you're doing good?
I'm telling the truth,
You're
of
telling the truth.
course.
Okay, good, excellent, excellent. So, I'm excited to have you guys on here. I've streamed before with one person before, but I've never streamed with two others. So this will be exciting. And Pratik, what are you looking to when you started Chess Helps? Why did you start it, and what was your motivation, and what kind of causes have you guys raised money for in the past?
Yeah, sure. So just a little bit about chess helps. I started it when I was in eighth grade, and I'm currently a sophomore at Harvard, or now a junior. Every year since then, we've held a charitable chess tournament in Arizona, and we've raised almost $60,000 and given that money back to the community in various ways. We've given it back to Legends Chess, another nonprofit that helps underprivileged children in Phoenix play chess. And we've also given to Kiva, which is a nonprofit microloan organization.
Okay. And how did you come up with the idea, and how has it been a rewarding experience for you?
Yeah, it's been great. I just came up with it through a desire to help give back to the community, partially help give back to the school I attended for high school, Basis Chandler. Um, and Kiva, I had heard about that before. I donated to it before, and I kind of wanted to merge those two interests. And it's been really rewarding. Holding these chess tournaments has been really fun. We do it every year. Usually, many people show up from all around the state, even sometimes from other states. It's great getting to meet everyone. Great running the tournament. It's been a great time so far.
And how long has Chess Helps been around?
So this is going to be the eighth tournament.
So this will be the eighth year you've had
So sorry, seventh year. Seventh
seventh
year.
year. Wow, that's a really long time.
Lose track. Thanks, Robbie.
And Jonathan, you similarly founded an organization, a 501c3 organization, actually called Pawn Initiative. And you're obviously younger than Pratik, but what was your motivation for starting Pawn Initiative?
Well, I really just wanted to use chess as a tool to build a community and empower people. So that's why I started the Pawn Initiative originally, and I'm still trying to meet that goal every single day. So,
Hmm. And you started this organization within the last what year?
2 years,
Within the last 2 years. Okay.
2018.
All
Yeah.
right. And what? So you're kind of in its infancy since this is the first tournament you've sponsored. But what are you? What is your overall long-term goal for Pawn Initiative?
Well, I really want to, especially in southern Arizona, because that's where I'm based, I really want to have a lot of places that use chess to empower themselves. So, one of the places I used to teach at before COVID 19 was the Boys and Girls Club. And I also taught at a senior living facility called St. Luke's. And in both of those places, I used chess to bring about friendships and just have a good time. So that's what I really want to do in the future. But a lot of stuff has moved online, so I'm doing a lot of online teaching. I teach for free, so yeah, that's what I've been doing so far.
Well, that's wonderful that both of you have been so willing to give back to the community. Because I can tell you, for someone that's been doing chess longer than both of your ages combined, uh, I would say that giving back to the community is wonderful, and it gives people something to do. Chess is. I saw one Facebook comment said something to the effect of, it's the chess is the perfect thing to be able to do online, where we're not able to do so many other things as we've found out for the last 5 6 months during this horrible pandemic that we've been going through. So I applaud both of your efforts, and I'm really very grateful that you guys are doing this and stuff. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over some games that are being played, and we're very very lucky to have multiple title players that are playing in this event, and I think it's going to be a really fun event. So we have, it looks like in the that looks like there's a open section, and then there's also an under 2,000 section and an under 1,600 section, and all of those events are being held on chess.com. There's also a Scholastic that's being held on Chess Kid, and we're going to be focusing most of our attention on the chess.com portion of this, but we will try to switch over and see how the Chess Kid tournament is being done. They play 5 rounds, whereas this tournament is 4 rounds with a time control of 15 minutes with a 2-second increment. And we've got in the, let's see what we got here. So yeah, we have, as I was telling you, we have all of these title players. Julio, Jonathan, do you recognize that second name on the list here? Sensei Julio?
Maybe. I think I need a
That's
refresher.
Julio Fedora, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely Julio.
How do you know Sensei Julio, Jonathan?
He's my coach.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's also one of my coaches too. So he's really helped me a lot in playing chess and stuff, and it's great to have that. And we've got some other high-rated players, with high blitz ratings. So it looks like the highest-rated player is 2726, and that is a name that I did not add myself, but I think they added. And this is
Metabaha.
you pronounce it for me because you know I'm going to butcher that name completely. But yes,
Metaba?
so anyway, and hopefully we're going to get the other GMs to sign up there to join. Hold on 1 second.
If this was a Blitz tournament, I think you should have played the Blitzmaster himself.
Yeah.
That would have been a real sight to see.
I would like to have played. Okay. And okay. And I don't know where our other title players are, but we also have who is Area 5. You guys can look on the list for me.
Sure.
Who is Area 5?
Area 5. Oh, that's Michael Bodek.
Oh, Michael Bodek. Okay, so he's an international master from the States, and I think he has a couple GM norms actually. Let's see, where's Coach? Let's see. Okay, that's for chess.com. Okay. Oh, there. Oh, we have Arun Chess. Okay, so we've got some GMs at the bottom of the page here that clearly have never played rapid chess before. So
yeah, I was so confused.
Pairings. So we got a yes, and who is this? This is that's Magesh.
Shenzhou.
Okay, and Arun Chess. I know who Arun is. All right, so we got some. This is going to be some weird pairings, but you know it is a charity event, and we're just raising money for charity and raising money for U.S. Chess. And I know that they can really, really use it right now. And it looks like they've started their tournament so far because if you guys don't know, when you see someone with 1 out of 1 this fast, that means they've gotten the bye. So that's why they're in this tournament. And let's go ahead and check the games as they're being played. And we'll check in progress. Come on. Let's open.
Yeah, you got it on the right side.
Yeah.
Click that little board. Wait. Just click on tournament, probably.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. This is on 16. Yeah, and then like the little board to the right, you see down. Okay, go to the open tournament.
Hmm. Well, this works. I've done this many times. And this looks like it's the under 2000 section. They started.
Right, it's the middle one. If you go to tournaments, it's the middle one.
Yeah. Here we go. All right. So here we go. We're going to check out. Well, we'll check out the top seed who has the highest rating here. And
Wait,
so,
Robbie, just go to. Okay.
So this is well, they're playing really fast. This is they've already played 14 moves. So this is a 15-minute with a 2-second increment, and they're playing very, very quickly. I wonder if this is two players who know each other.
Perhaps.
Don't see that. Okay. Anyway, so we have this was an E takes F6 Caro-Kann. This has actually gotten somewhat popular for whatever reason. I play it a lot in Blitz, just because I think it's hard to beat. But it's one of those systems where black controls a lot of these squares right here, and it's tough to really do any kind of major way to kill somebody. The downside, of course, is that white has a 4-3 pawn majority. So
ooh, nice sacrifice.
like so
That's a pretty nasty sacrifice just there.
I'm amazed they're playing so fast. Why are they playing so fast? Okay, well, someone's just gonna get killed here. So
yeah, this looks like
so let's
King G1.
Let's go back look at the idea. So Jonathan, I'll put you on the spot because I love putting you on the spot. In this position, what should white have done to stop the mate? Because you see what happened in the game.
Yeah, you're looking at Mamba 1420, right?
Yep.
That game?
Yeah, the game that's on this. Oh, you're not. I didn't share my screen, did I? That might help. Well, that game's already over, so we're gonna have to switch back here. So, what should Mamba have played in this position? Pratik, I know it's very early in the morning, although it's a little later back there, back in Massachusetts.
Night of One seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think it is reasonable. 1 second.
Yeah, but I think the position is a little tough for white either way, just because his pieces are a little passively placed, and perhaps something like knight at 96 and knight at 4 still seems pretty good for black.
Yeah, but he's not going to get mated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, white should have played knight f1, and unfortunately he just fell for a really quick trick. Just a very obvious sacrifice actually. Takes, check, and then everything's check. Everything's mate. So, and then bishop h2 is a very common theme that we've all seen before. And then queen g1 mate. So yeah, that was literally the fastest game we probably will have today. All right, let's check out Sensei Julio. All right, Sensei Julio is playing a
King's Indian.
Yeah, it looks like a G.
Or Old Indian, maybe. Old Indian.
Old Indian. Yeah, because there's no bishop on G7. Yeah, so clearly white has a really good space advantage here. Julio is the chess coach at the University of Texas at Dallas, and he's coached me for a very long time, off and on. And he's just if you've never met Julio before, the one thing you can say is that he has tons of energy, lots of energy, and he does a lot of screaming too. Does he scream at you, Jonathan?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. All right, so let's check out some other games. Let's check out.
Hey, Robbie, go to the little board. Go up a little. There's like a little board icon. Click on that, and then you can see all the current games. No, go up a little more. Yeah, down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Click on that.
Oh, okay. All right, we can do
I
it
think
that
that's what
way.
you're looking for.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so thank you for that, Pratik. Uh, so let's check area. Let's check this area 51. So, Jonathan, uh, without looking at the moves, since I covered them, any idea which opening this is?
French,
Yeah,
probably.
an advanced French.
Advanced French.
The horrendous dark squared bishop. Our white squared bishop is locked in by the mountain of pawns, and um, so Jonathan, clearly nothing's going to happen on the queen side for the white perspective. So where what kind of, I'm putting Jonathan on the spot here because he doesn't play this from the white side. But Jonathan, what might be a useful plan here for white?
Um, Trying to getting that knight off of f3 and playing f4, f5.
That's certainly something to consider. Exactly. The other option, of course, is that you've got a queen on d2 that is
Queen
already.
f4 maybe.
It could go queen f4. Maybe white could play like knight. And I think your
Knight
idea of playing
h5
f4
maybe.
f5 does look reasonable. Pratik just mentioned if white can get his knight to h5, which doesn't seem that difficult, it's going to be almost impossible to get rid of the knight, right? Because you can't play
Yeah.
g6 because the knight comes in. So
To f6, yeah. I always have trouble with these sort of positions as black.
yeah, so I guess what black is playing for in these positions, from what I've seen, is basically he wants the pieces to come off. Black wants to basically semi hold the king side, and then basically going to play b5, a5, b4, and try to use that to his advantage. That's not to everyone's style. It's not to my style for sure. I don't like playing that slow. Um, but if it had been me here, I probably would not have traded off the light squared bishops, although um, just because that's white's good bishop. Um, Black is going to own the b3 square whether he puts a knight there or a bishop there. So I probably wouldn't have played bishop e2 there. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, okay, so let's go. Oh my gosh! So we actually have a title players playing each other because we have
No.
that. So Mark Ginsburg is playing black against Arun Prasad, and okay, so here we have a Benoni. It looks like. And so both players probably know the line, and this is a interesting line. Um, Pratik, have you played the black side of this before?
Never ever.
Never. Okay. Yeah. So the Benoni is really crazy. So if we go, so this is what Mark played is kind of like a delayed Benoni. What often happens is in a Benoni,
E6 here, right?
more typical is
D5
is
E6
d5
is what people like
e6.
to play.
Yeah, knight c3 takes. So this is kind of a delayed Benoni. And Jonathan, I think you have some experience playing this.
Yeah, I've played this.
Yeah, so this e6 move. Yeah, e6. And so Jonathan, since you play this for black, what's the idea behind playing the move e6? What's white and what's black intending?
Well, I mean, if white takes on e6, then you get a developed bishop, and if he doesn't take, then he's kind of opening once you take on d5, you're kind of opening up the game when white's not castled.
Hmm. Although white could play bishop e2 right away, right? I mean, I think that's
That's
probably what
true.
Arun did. Oh, he played this. Yeah. So uh, I think I'm not an expert on this line, but I think with the moves with the pawns on a7 and a4, I think that e takes d is actually e takes d, rook e8, bishop
Yeah, and bishop
e3,
E3.
bishop h6,
Bishop
castles is a known pawn sack, and so white gets an immense amount of play. I'm not so sure with the pawns inserted whether how much of a change that makes because I'm not really I don't really play these lines that much, but interesting. Okay, so we have a so that'll be an interesting battle. Uh, let's see. We have the nom nom factor. This is Craig Hilby playing, and so interesting story. So I just played in a tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Craig was there, and Craig recently got a GM norm, and it's his
Very
second
cool.
run. So congratulations to Craig for doing well. I actually roomed with him. So I was very impressed with his play. He played a phenomenal tournament. He didn't lose any games, and he really just played very, very good chess. A couple of games that he played. One game he won against Magesh Panchanathon was literally just a fantastic game. I encourage anyone to go find it in the database. Craig won with black in a very, very nice game. Craig did have a couple of things go his way to get the norm, but if anyone's ever had a good tournament before, it never goes perfectly. You always get a break. Always get a break. You have to. So anyway, congratulations to Craig. And he is playing it looks like he's playing in English. And this is old school stuff. Yeah, this actually E3 is not old school. I don't think it's that common, but this is kind of a new kind of line. And so basically White's just playing D4 to get some space here. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. I know nothing about this theory at all. But and then playing black is Beatrice Marinello, and she actually serves on the U.S. Chess Scholastic Council with me. And she's a coach from New York and longtime coach. She's been in chess probably as long as I have been, which is kind of a scary thought. But anyway, it's kind of crazy. So it's good to see them playing and stuff. They get to play too. Don't always have to be a coach and organizing stuff. See if we have any other high-rated games here. Oh yes, we have the 900 rated GM because of the rapid rating. And who is this? This is Magesh. All right. Yeah. And so Magesh, as I just said, just played in the tournament, and just played in the Charlotte tournament, and so
it's an interesting position. A weird pawn structure.
It is. Looks like a very double-edged position. D6 definitely looks soft, right? But somehow I feel like I definitely don't like that move because I think we're just going to lose a pawn. I'm not sure though what the compensation is. If he's
rook d8, right?
Yeah, rook d8. I feel like that D pawn's going to fall to like an E5 or a C5 or a Queen F4 first. I feel like that D pawn's going to be a goner at some point.
Yeah. It's just those pawns on D6 and E6 don't inspire much for me.
Yeah, I've never liked these type of positions. I'm a little surprised Black didn't play Queen C7 actually.
Yeah, it feels natural to want to get out of the pin.
And Jonathan, do you remember what I call these guys when they're these guys that are just sitting there?
What, sitting ducks?
Sitting ducks. God, you're so good. Yeah, sitting ducks. I call them sitting ducks because they are. They're just like waiting to be attacked. Very good. Yeah, I like... Jonathan, if you ever work for the FBI, I'm in big trouble because you know everything about me, and this is going to be really, really bad. So, all right, so basically I think Magesh, this is going to be a grinder, and if you look at the clock situation, obviously Black has used a lot of time, and Magesh has not. So, okay. Any other interesting games are still going? This game probably is the best game of the round. Is Arun and
Can you skip to the current move for me so you can all see that?
Come on, baby. Accept it. Why is it not letting me go through? That's strange.
And just reload it?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm always scared when I reload that everything's gonna crash or something. Oh my gosh! So we've
this has been a lot.
We've advanced the game considerably. All right, so we have So I mean, Black is definitely better here.
I'm really concerned about these weak pawns on d5 and a4. But there we go, proving it.
Yeah. You hate to give up the two bishops here, even though it wins a pawn.
Bishop b3.
Yeah, I probably would not have given up, but I mean, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything. I just think that with opposite color bishops, it's going to be a little bit tougher. The one thing Black has to be careful of is this H pawn. If bishop takes that the rook doesn't somehow get active. Maybe he plays rook a1 here or something. I don't know. Maybe that'll be something. But this d pawn is very soft, as you mentioned earlier. So, all right. So why don't we shift over to the other section? Okay. So I'm going to close this baby. And let's go to, let's, can't read that one, okay. All right, so here looks like, all right, so here we have KUNJ underscore 1 playing Daniel Best. Who are these people? Um,
See, I mean, I'm willing to bet that Daniel Best is probably Daniel Best.
really? You don't say.
No, no, I think it's Daniel Yang.
Daniel Yan?
Yang.
Oh, Yang, okay. He might be from he might be from Arizona. So yeah, so this is pretty textbook position, Jonathan. What do you can you guess what this came from? I didn't see the moves, but I'm gonna guess what it came from.
I have no clue.
It looks like I think it came from a Grand Prix,
Yeah.
because it's one of those Grand Prix where Black did not fianchetto the bishop, so Black played for e6 and d5, and so right here this is textbook. It's textbook how to play against the double pawns by putting your pawn on c4, because these double pawns are definitely weaknesses, right?
Yeah, it seems like white space advantage is going to be pretty nice for him. Here, looks like maybe he's playing like h4, h5, possibly.
Okay.
Something like that.
So KUNJ, this is actually it's not Daniel Yan, it's
No,
Amudan Phoenix.
I meant his opponent was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Amudan is actually pretty good. Not pretty good. He is actually a very talented junior from Arizona. He has played. I think Jonathan, didn't he draw us and beat the coach on Chess Kid?
He played beat the coach
Yeah, I think
before.
so. Although he just hung a pawn on h4, because I think Black can just simply play knight takes
Yes,
h4 here.
this is true.
But
Yeah.
again, this is internet chess. Normally, h4 would be a fantastic move.
And
I think,
maybe just preparing it with rook f2.
yeah, exactly. I think moving this rook over the b rook over to f2, it improves the rook. The rook's not doing anything here anyway, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, no, but it's wonderful to see all the Arizona people, and frankly, when I was looking at the advanced entry list, I know most of the people from Arizona, and there were tons of names that I did not recognize. So that means that this event has really gotten a lot of people from across the country, and so I think it's a testament to you guys, giving people the opportunity to to play these events during these terrible times, and over the board chess eventually will come back. It's going to take some time, but I will say, even in this position, I still think white is okay, because really this is Black's extra pawn. So
Yeah, and just look at the positioning of Black's pieces, right? Like the queen is out there on a6 doing something. It's going to take a few turns to reroute that.
mhm.
Rook on b8 is hitting a rock on b3. Yeah, I think white still may be okay. He just has to worry about maybe his queen placement here, like you don't want to run into like queen g4 and like knight e3 or something like that, getting forked.
Mhm.
So maybe queen h3 here.
So I'm trying to find a couple of these names, and I don't see them. Anyway, let's go. Let's check out the next highest rated game.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Thundering Bishop is Sandeep.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Is he playing up or down this round?
Probably.
Probably down. Probably down, because he actually has a rapid rating, because he's actually played a little bit. Unlike Mikeshu's 900. That's crazy. All right, so let's check out. We'll close this game.
You want to go back to that endgame, Robbie, just to check on it?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Is it still going?
It can be. Just go to the open tournament.
This game's over. Magesh's game is over. Well, it will be over. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of pawns for the queen.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay, let's go back here. All right, so, well, Craig is up a lot of pawns, but got to be careful here. Okay, so which games are going here? Okay, we got. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong tournament. It would help
Yeah.
if I was in the right one.
Middle one.
Okay.
And the middle one is open.
Yeah. I can't read it. Okay. So
Okay, so that endgame between Arun and
my God, this is
Bartholomew
really
is still going.
progressed.
Huh.
So, huh. So
What about rook takes d5 here and then putting the pawn behind the passed pawn?
I
Seems
think
reasonable.
black wants more than that, because right now, this guy is loose, right? He's weak. Um,
Yes.
so I mean, taking here, I think that'll probably end up being a draw. I think black should try to come over and win the pawn because then this guy's loose. This passed pawn is so slow.
That's fair, but okay, on king e7, what about king e3?
I think just rook d3 check, and then rook
King
c3,
b3.
and then black just
Ah,
plays,
okay.
rook here and rook here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me. Looks like that's what John went for.
Yeah. So you guys both. Well, Jonathan still plays Scholastic chess, and Pratik, you're out of Scholastic chess, except for the Pan Ams and stuff. When you guys are playing a game, and you're trying to play this fast, what scares you the most, Jonathan? When you're especially when you're playing online, and you're under pressure, and it's kind of like a different environment than playing over the board.
What scares me the most
Yeah, what scares you the
is
most?
probably just getting too low on time, not being able to come back.
Mm-hmm.
At least in in-person chess, one of the problems that I have is like transitioning, especially in longer games, is like transitioning from like the slow methodical pace of the game to like time trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's been pretty. I've had that a lot in my games recently.
Yeah,
So
I played. Obviously, well, I used to play in the U.S. Chess League, and I can tell you that the switch from, I mean, of course, the games were longer. It was game 75 with a 30-second increment or something, or 15-second. I forget what it was even back then, but I remember that you just sat there for a while. It seems like you weren't in the mode of playing fast at all, and all of a sudden the time creeps up on you really, really quickly. So
yeah, for sure. So it looks like King E3 has been played. Yeah, you'll probably see your idea here, right?
I don't know why the computer doesn't like Rook D3. Jonathan, what if Rook D3 check? The king probably comes up,
Hmm.
and if the rook comes to C3, how is White surviving that? I guess he's
I,
gonna.
I think I think the idea is that in that position, Black can't push his pawns, right? Like, because King E4, and then maybe you can just play F4 or something.
So if Rook D3 check, King E4, Rook
King E4, Rook
C3.
C3, and then Rook B6. Maybe not even. I guess Rook B6 is fine, but I think maybe it's just.
If you're gonna play F4 like you suggested, how is White gonna stop Rook C2 and B2? I mean, those pawns are advancing.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe Rook D6 check instead.
Yeah, but
Or Rook B6.
if you look at the analysis engine, it doesn't like Rook D3, so there's something wrong with it. Um, there must be some tactical. So maybe on Rook D3, King E4, Rook C3, just Rook D6 check,
Yeah.
King back, King E5, and then he plays Rook
Yeah.
B7. Then there could be some danger. Yeah, and this is where these positions are really hard to calculate. And Mark is spending. Well, he spent like a good couple of minutes here trying to figure out how to convert this.
Yeah, it looks like Rook D5, Rook C4, Rook B5 is maybe a easier win. I don't know. Like the computer says it's winning.
Yeah, I don't think
Uh,
I would not go for that because I mean you're not going to lose that position, but if you're black, but I worry that with the rook being here, that White has 3-2 over here, so it's not that easy.
okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so King E5 looks like a good move. Yeah, and you see what Mark did there.
yeah.
What he did was he wanted to play Rook D3 check, but he didn't want the king to be active, so he said, okay, prophylactically he just stopped it. I wonder if F4 check would have been a little bit of a little trick he could have thrown in, but anyway, just to throw anything with it.
That seems like this is pretty helpless, right?
Wait, it
Wait,
is?
what?
Is it that?
Oh wait, King F4. mistake, I guess, according to the computer. G2 takes 5 in the computer, and then
H4 first is just a draw.
Yeah.
Or H4 is
Yeah.
queen, I should say.
Yeah, because then you just get the H3, right? But this is now a draw.
Yeah, Mark's going to be kicking himself. And Jonathan, see, international masters, they get positions like this, and they mess those up, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. So that was an interesting game. So Jonathan, why don't we check out? Why don't we check the other games in progress? You want to check Mr. Julio?
Yeah, sure. I don't just ended.
Except Julio just won. So that was
Yeah.
an interesting game. All right, let's go back to Beatrice and Craig. So
some interesting developments here.
Wow.
All right, what is going on here?
So
It looks like white should be fine.
What?
Wait, hold on. Wait, never mind. I didn't see queen two. How are you mating? Rook G1? Alright, bishop has to go back to F8 here.
Okay, but there's queen H2 and queen G2. This looks scary as heck. I would not want to play this position if I was white. Craig has almost no time. Let's stay with this game for a little bit and see. So queen H2. Okay.
Oh wow, no fear for Craig.
Well, no, I think the move is quite obvious actually because he's going to block any check on the fourth rank with rook C4. So I wonder if there's something that black could do that's tricky here. Rook takes F8 is a threat with rook C8.
Does black have a perpetual? Is what I'm thinking about.
I don't know. I don't have the engine open. Let's see. Is there anything goofy? Well, you know what you could do here? You could play.
Wait,
You could play
rook b4. Yeah, I think Beatrice has seen it. And then rook c4, rook takes, queen h2, king g4, queen e2, right?
Yes.
And it looks like that wins a rook.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you're trying to calculate quickly. I was wondering out loud whether he could have checked on b4, and if the one rook had come back, then he could play like rook b3 or something.
Makes sense.
Nice victory here for nice win.
Gotta be careful not to play actually not this.
I mean, this takes a little bit of technique, but not a lot. I guess queen f5, yep. So probably just, well, still got work to do, right?
This is not super easy.
Right? Not that easy. Jonathan, so you're in a position like this, you're up a piece. What's your mindset? What's your mindset here? Like what like if you have 2 minutes on your clock, okay, and you're trying to convert this position, what does it tell you?
I would stay away from getting perpetual. Okay. So I try to trade queens, I think.
Oh wait, well this is just a win now, right? Queen takes bishop c5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is easy now.
So Jonathan, what were you saying?
Actually, is it?
I try to trade queens because that's the one thing that you can accidentally draw, and then you just stop the pawns with your
g6. Nice technique. G6 to prevent the king from coming to f5. But
this is lost. So yeah, Beatrice. So Beatrice actually shows some very good technique there by playing. I mean, now she can win with any bishop move.
Yeah, just wasting a move.
Or just wins.
Can we see how this game went? I'm surprised. It seemed like Craig was just up a few pawns pretty cleanly.
Yeah, he was, but I didn't think it was like, converting when things are a little bit helter-skelter like that. So let's go back here. Actually,
what happened?
We can cheat here and see what the computer actually thought. So.
So it looks like it was.
So
Rook c8 seemed to be there.
look at that. The only move that draws is White had to find Rook b1. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Or rook takes f8, and then rook b1. I guess it's just rough either way.
Well, the computer
Dang.
says it's different.
Yeah.
Rook takes f8, king takes, rook b1, takes, queen h5, it says is winning. So apparently rook b1 right away was good according to the computer.
Yeah, just apparently the check on the fourth link is just too strong.
Yeah, so let's go back a little bit. So this position right here, so it's 4. So one of the things I always look at in these positions, and I think it's instructive, is when you're analyzing a position like this and with the computer, and you see that White's up 2 pawns here, right? Okay, but the computer says its point is 1.5. So clearly, it thinks that there's some compensation. That's how I interpret those things. And so, people get married to the computers quite a lot. But I wonder what there was here. See if Craig ever.
Yeah, so this just seemed like a pretty straightforward.
I don't think it's straightforward at all. This is like this B
No,
pawn.
no, no.
This P pawn is very weak. Black's got the 2 bishops. I don't think this is straightforward.
Not this position. The previous one where it was up 2 pawns, like the compensation. Yeah. Yeah, h4 is pretty scary. So I guess the computer likes queen c7, intending to take back on g3 with the queen. I guess no.
Well, no. The reason is he has to keep the queen. He has to keep the queen on this, or he needs to be guarding the g pawn. One of the two.
I see.
This looks
Makes sense.
very scary. Like for example, rook takes, and rook b2. I mean, all those things can be very scary. So, anyway,
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Great game. Let's check area 51 or area 5.
Yeah, as you predicted, it was a grind, but I guess it finished up. The second round started.
Yep. So here we have an exchange King's Indian, and so if people don't know what that is, it's basically your typical King's Indian. All right, so well, rook e8 is a little bit different, but
Yeah, c6 should be the main move in this position, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Aren't you a King's Indian player?
Yes, a retired King's Indian player. I played this for many years, though, so I'm a little familiar.
You're that delayed Benoni line that we just looked at earlier.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, for me, I never liked these King's Indian positions because I always felt like in these positions, I felt like Black was always going to get ground down. It's never liked these positions. So if I was going to play the King's Indian against G3, I think I'd try to play like C5 or something. I just never liked this stuff.
The line with A6, like knight c6, rook b8, b5 is pretty nice too. I think that's also kind of active.
Yeah, doesn't Rogelio Barcenia, the GM who lives in Arizona, doesn't he play this?
Yeah, I think Joe Bonella, he showed me a pretty nice line against it though, where you just go like bishop f4 and just like play some e5. I don't remember my theory too well these days.
All right, so we got Sensei Julio playing a game, and all right, so here we have a Sensei Julio playing the Dutch. Oh my gosh. So I was like, I was talking to someone recently, and they're like, the Dutch just isn't playable anymore at the highest level. And I'm like, isn't that a little bit strong? And they're like, no, it's just bad. It's just bad. Like my music, Jonathan.
Yeah, it is.
How bad is it? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it?
13.
13. Okay. Wow. Three over the maximum. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's really saying something.
I know.
All right. Let's check this one. Area 5. All right. So here's an interesting.
Another Carapan.
So Jonathan, you play the white side of this. What's looking at the screen? What's the first unusual move that you see?
Knight h3,
Yeah, knight
just supposed to
h3.
play h4.
Yeah, so Jonathan, what's the point of knight h3?
Uh, to go. Wait, actually, I have no idea. To go knight f4.
Yeah, knight
Trade
f4.
the knight.
Yeah, one of the ideas is if you can move the knight here and it's attacking the bishop, then white can play h4 later, and black can't play the natural move h6. So, but one of the things that is always I've always found tough about this line is that if you don't trade off the bishop, let's say the bishop is able to go to h7, this bishop is a monster on this diagonal. It's just really annoying, and it controls all the legitimate squares. So, all right, so e6, bishop c4.
Well, what's the point of bishop c4, Robbie? Is it just to develop the square, develop the bishop and not get it traded?
So I taught a student way back in the day in this position. If this knight right here is on e2,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I've taught this before, and the point of that is to castle and play f4, f5. But that's not what this guy's doing, because what he does later is he ends up putting his queen on f3. So what he's going to tend on doing is he's going to try to put a bishop here, which gets rid of this dark squared bishop, or he's going to play knight to f4, and then black doesn't really want to use his bishop to take this off.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And of course, the reason he had to play c3 right away was because he didn't want
The
to
c pawn.
this pawn. So,
Sure, makes sense.
all right, so knight d5 is an interesting move, challenging the knight right away.
So I'd assume that in this position you probably want to take on g6, right? Or is that a little bit too weakening? Like maybe h6, g6, and all of a sudden, like black has a nice rook on h8.
I don't think the h rook is actually that potent in these lines.
Computers.
Because like where is it coming from? Like all black, when black owns, so that's one of the downsides of putting the bishop on c4, is that the knight on d5 is perfectly placed, right? And so Jonathan, in this position, if white doesn't ever want to take this, of course, and in order to make progress, he's going to have to move his bishop and play c4. So what black does in these positions is, even though he's down, he's given up the bishop here. Black will love if black can get his bishop to f4 and trade off these bishops. It's not so bad. I can't believe.
Why was knight 7 f6? Yeah. Alright, knight 5 f6 looks just suspicious.
Well, it's just bad. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I think one of the reasons in the Karo-Kan that you keep the knight on d7 is so that you can keep a square a piece out of e5. But white's not doing that in this line. It's not even close. So I think white has a little bit nice of edge here. Nice. Let's see. Let's check.
Gonna look at John Bartholomew and you can go on that one.
Bartholomew's playing.
Number Bartholomew. I could whatever. My bad. No, he definitely isn't. Definitely isn't.
All right. So here we've got a. Yeah, Magesh loves playing the King's Indian attack. He always plays this stuff. He's like a surgeon when he plays this line. He plays all these lines really slow and all that. So Jonathan, you don't play either side of this.
No.
The computer says equal, but I think white players like playing this line. I'm actually not very familiar with this line at all. But let's check out the upset. Let's check out how Beatrice is doing following her big upset. So here, what opening was this? So we got a Queen's Gambit declined. This was an attempt at Cambridge Springs. Bishop d3. Well, am I out to lunch here? Isn't this the move here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wait a second.
That definitely is.
So normally the Cambridge. So, Jonathan, have you ever seen the Cambridge Springs before?
Once or twice, maybe.
So one of the things is that in this position, usually there's a pawn on c4 and a pawn on e6. So white has not given in to take on d5. So what white does is he plays black plays his knight e4, and he has a trick on the bishop, and he also gets pressure here, and also the bishop comes out to b4 in these lines. But this queen a5 move makes no sense if you're not going to play knight e4, because then what's the queen doing here?
Agreed.
And Pratik, what's the natural way for white to play here, given and take advantage of the queen being on a5?
I think a3, b4 looks reasonable.
Yeah.
And then stick a knight on a4 to c5.
Right. Jonathan, what's this b4, b5 idea called?
Minority attack.
Minority attack. And what's the purpose of the minority attack?
It's to, weaken the pawns on the queen side by trading on c6, because then that gives black a backward pawn on a half open file.
Exactly. With a side of ketchup. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. It's basically, it's just a weakness, and so queen a5, I think Beatrice must have forgotten to do that, because it's very natural to play a3, b4, b5. I mean, that's just a given. So okay, so let's check out the. I don't think we checked this one out, did we? Oh no, we did. Oh, it really likes to not refresh there. Okay, we did look at that. And Sandeep, what was his name again?
Thundering Bishop, I believe. You gotta go to the. Is he in this section?
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you kidding me? He's a master.
Of course, yeah. My bad. Wait, his name is not Thundering Bishop. His name is Galacticism.
Oh,
so he's the one playing.
He's playing Mikesh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you see Sandeep's in a little bit of trouble here, because these pieces are not very good. So I would envision that white is going to if white can get f4 in, it's game over, right? Because f5 is just like crushing.
Yeah, so it's like concretely it must be knight d7, and then rook f1.
Yeah, rook e1.
And then rook e8.
And then we gotta find something. Well,
yeah,
maybe queen e3 there, because that threatens f4.
Yes, I like that.
Unless you can take on.
No,
we can take on.
It's kind of moot. He went to e8 with the knight.
Yeah, so he's probably envisioning this, but I don't see that being very effective. Yeah, this is so typical Magesh. He's like, he doesn't get all fancy and stuff. He's like, all right, I'm going to stop you from getting rook to the d file, and now I'm supporting f4, f5. If knight c7,
probably queen d7.
Queen d7. Queen d7 just looks really, really good, and then f4. So this is just typical Magesh. Like, plays chess so simply, and then he's an artist. I watched him play in this Norm tournament, last Norm tournament. He was playing this very, very talented player, Andrew Hong, who was just having a phenomenal tournament. And I thought Andrew had won the game, and Magesh totally grinded him and ground it down to a draw. It was very, very nice technique. He's just very, very good at that stuff. So, all right, let's check out another section. And I don't think we even checked this section last time. So let's check the top game, I guess. Bubby 55 versus Chess NACC. I think that's Bill Cheney. And they look like they're in round 2 also. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And Bubby 55 is playing about as fast as you possibly can. We're 27 moves in, and 2 minutes spent.
Unfortunately, it's not. It is working out for him, kind of. I mean, there's a lot of.
Jonathan, what do we tell people? What do we say on the Beat the Coach telecast when we see someone playing this fast?
I mean, they're gonna mess up eventually, and then they're gonna start taking their time,
right.
And then it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. It's like, why are you playing so fast? Like they wait till they have a really bad position, and then there's nothing. So yeah.
I think it might work out here though, for our friend Bubby.
Bubby. Black unfortunately did not notice that this is weak and that this bishop defends everything. So once this guy disappears, this d pawn's going to run. So pretty good there. And Chess NAAC is, I think that's Bill Cheney. He lives up in Flagstaff and stuff. And we'll check the next game. Oh my gosh, what's this?
Whoa, rook e3 or rook d3.
Yeah, he got two pieces for rook. What opening was this?
Why rook e3?
Well, bishop e5 was a little strange. Maybe he pre-moved or something. Because the bishop is not attacking anything out there.
It's lucky that his opponent didn't play the O'Kelly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
Oh,
Let's check this real quick.
hello, Sar. Yeah, Michelle is informing us that that is the current U.S. blind champion.
And so let's see, where is she on the list?
Talosar, currently. Is she playing?
No,
Maybe she's not playing.
She's in the other section. We'll switch over to there.
She's not here either. I think.
Maybe she finished.
Yeah, perhaps her game is over.
Tell us.
So I don't see her on the list.
Alright, she's done with round 2. So, anyway, so this is, let's see, who else we got here? We got, let's go back to, so I think we were over here. No, we were not. Yeah, we were there. Let's go here. So, here's Thundering Bishop. Alright, let's check. Actually, who won that game between, Amadon? Because he's already playing this game.
So Cringe is Amadon, right? So he must have lost his last game.
Yeah, it looks like he did lose that. So here we have Pranav. I can't pronounce his last name, but I think he's from Phoenix, and he's an up-and-coming player. He's I don't know how old he is now, but this is going to be an opposite color bishop ending that'll be interesting.
I mean, with the rooks, it's winnable, right? So maybe
Yeah,
b6 here.
Of course. I would expect this to be a win, but you never know. It is blitz, so.
Rook c2, maybe rook a3.
Yeah. Okay.
Not super easy.
And we've got Adventuring Hobbit versus Roboro 13.
Ooh.
Tell me this doesn't look poisoned, like when you take this.
Oh boy, this is quite suspicious. Rook c1, maybe.
Bishop a5?
Yeah. Bishop b5 then, or even.
It's castle. I don't know. I don't even see anything there. Maybe Black gets away with this. I don't know. What was this? This was one of those goofy Trumpowski, non-Trumpowski lines. Jonathan, have you ever faced
This one is silly.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
I do not like facing the Trumpowski.
The positions are so goofy.
No, I'm actually taken to just playing so I play knight f6 here, and then after bishop g5, I've just taken to playing e6 and going for French stuff.
Yeah, if I play someone who I know play the Trumpowski, I play e6, and I'm like, nope, you're not putting your bishop there. Forget it. I don't want to play those positions because they're kind of goofy and stuff. Very, very goofy.
Yeah, it's quite strange.
Jonathan, you know this person playing white, right?
Johnny U, is that Johnny U?
No, that's Chef Johnny is John Barthel.
Oh.
Yeah, so John
actually
been playing in local tournaments here in Tucson for a really, really long time, like a really long time, and he's actually the person. You guys will appreciate this since you've both been to my camp when it was at the El Conquistador. He actually used to work at the El Conquistador, and the reason I got my first chance to run my chess camp there was when because he worked there and he talked to the event person and he said, "Hey, Robbie is running a chess camp here, and I really like chess," and I've known John for a really long time. So John's one of the And he actually has played in a lot of our blitz tournaments that we've been running on Thursday nights until recently. So
Seems
that's been kind of cool.
seems to be doing pretty well here.
Yeah,
I'm a little concerned for black about the weakness on the d5.
I'm concerned about Black not being able to move here.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's he going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. Nothing good. The h5 pawn is weak.
and then
White is pretty safe.
and then the Ketchup King. That's Evan Yin. He's from Tucson. He's young and has been over 1900 before, so he's an up and comer for sure. And I expect him to make 2000. So he's a very very good player. So great to see him playing. Okay, so let's go back over to the main section. We dabbled a little bit. It's hard for us to cover every game, as you guys can probably guess. There's just too many things going on. So let's check out the games in progress. We've got the top seed in terms of blitz.
27-28 on the rapid rating. That's a lot of rapid.
That's a lot of games played, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
So Jonathan, when you see this position, what's the first thing you see? What's the first adjective that comes to mind for White?
Cramped.
Winning.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say winning. He's just much better. But the first, cramped. The first thing that came to my mind was squeeze. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, let's say you have this in a tournament game. Okay. Obviously, you've got Black has many more weaknesses than White does. White has the two bishops. Okay. But what would you do here to try to make some progress? Because as it stands right now, Black is up the exchange, but literally cannot move. So what would be your thinking process of how you try to go and try to beat someone here?
I'd probably try to get rid of their best piece, I think.
But how do you do that?
So, I don't know.
Which one of Black's pieces cannot move here because it would instantly get in trouble?
The knight on b4,
Yeah, because why?
because it opens up d5.
Yeah, knight d5, tempo's the queen, and then we've got queen takes f6. So right now we've got a knight on b4 that's not good. So actually using your logic, Jonathan, something that might be kind of interesting to look at would be maybe move the queen to b2 and then bishop d2 or something. And that would allow the knight to maybe come to d5. But that's one idea. What other than getting rid of the knight on b4, Jonathan? What else do you see? Like what could White do here to try to increase his advantage?
Oh, yeah, he could go there, bishop b2.
Yeah, that's kind of a big one.
Yeah.
How's Black gonna guard f6 now?
He has to put queen e7, and then what? How do we bring it home?
So what I was thinking of there was if we went back.
Oh, what about knight d7 here? No, not knight d7 in this position. That looks crushing. What?
What?
Why did he play queen d2?
That's what he played.
Right, if you go back one move, after queen e7, knight d7 here is nice.
Bishop takes.
Yeah, and then the pawn on f6.
Queen takes, queen f6, king g8, rook takes d6 is what I think you're looking at.
Yeah. I feel like there's no way Black can survive this. g6 is falling too.
Yeah. Computer says knight d7, bishop takes d7, or rook takes d7, bishop takes d7, rook h8.
Yeah, it's nothing which is just completely gone, right? Yeah.
Well, White just has a big advantage here. Yeah, but that's the thing is that Jonathan, what's this bishop right here?
X factor.
Yeah, it's the X factor. It's the X factor. It's something that you have that Black will never be able to do anything about. He can never play d5, and f5 is just suicide because you just have so much pressure on there. So, yeah, and I think one of the themes I think that White used in this game right here was, what did he say? In this position, what did he say? What's my worst placed piece? Okay, the bishop on e3, just repositioning it. Well, first of all, what you have to notice that this is like an eyesore, right?
Mhm.
And black can't move this guy, okay, because of knight d5. So, which is our worst placed piece? Right here, white has a good structure here. He's got good control of this and stuff. So, this is probably a really good example of improving your worst placed piece. Coming back around and then using this as a target. So that's a good idea, or good idea for the for white here. All right, so let's check another game. Oh, let's check out Sensei Julio.
Sensei Julio
Oh,
pushing his
nice.
pawns.
What is this? I don't know
What is
why he played
f3?
f3 though.
Is it a mouse slip? Wait. Oh no, bishop e4.
I could easily see Julio taking it though and sacking the exchange. Um,
Oh, you mean his opponent?
I'm sorry, Sensei is black. Oh shoot. Who is Big Piano?
Big piano is. Give me a sec. That is Ishan Guha,
I don't know who
who
that
is
is.
about 2100.
So yeah, what opening was this? This was this was that
Dutch. This is the Dutch.
the unplayable line.
This is weird.
This is,
I feel like White has compensation for the exchange.
yeah, the question is, does he need to do it? My question is, if he doesn't take it, what's the plan going to be?
I feel like maybe the g4 pawn might be weak, but I just don't know how that way to exploit that.
Well,
I don't know.
this guy's going to be weak, right?
Yeah.
Why does the computer not like this for
black?
White? Because it says White's better.
I mean, it says it's okay for White, right? It's like
Because no, it's equal material. It's White's up a pawn here.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So I could see Julio play Queen f7, trying to. I feel like this is a good bind though for black here because, black has the two bishops, and I could just see that like this knight is really crappy out here.
Knight on the rim is dim.
Hey Jonathan, has Julio talked you into playing the Dutch yet?
Not yet, but it's gonna happen.
Oh my God.
Robbie, you remember when you tried to get me to play the Benko Gambit?
I did. It would have taught you some things that you so sorely need. It's how you sacrifice material and get play for it.
I never lose material, Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, only if I'm losing.
Mm-hmm.
Back price, garbage.
So,
Alright, I don't know why he decided to take it on this move, though.
Yeah, he waited for Black's knight to be better.
Yeah. A little bit
Yeah, because
interesting.
now he's going to take, and then knight f5.
Oh, for sure.
And now that G pawn's loose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go area 5.
At least you didn't call it Area 51 this time. Oh, what is this?
Area 51. All right, I'm not. Didn't turn the computer on, but tell me G5, G6, G5, Rook H4 doesn't look juicy.
What about Rook E7? Just why the formalities?
Queen F4.
Yeah, Queen F4, Rook E4.
I don't understand this at all.
Why is he playing Rook D2?
All right.
What? Why?
I'm gonna cheat.
Cheater.
Tell me G5 just didn't win here. Of course it did. G5 takes.
Yeah. Right, G6.
Rook H4. G6.
Yeah, that works too. G6 does nothing. It's just over.
Now, not according to the computer. G5, it says bishop takes C3, Rook E7.
What happens if you play G6? Or even Rook H4? Oh, if you play Rook H4, then maybe.
There's nothing. All right, whatever. All right, we haven't checked this game out. This is Mark Ginsburg playing Beatrice, and Beatrice was an upset winner in her first game. And
This game seems
bad.
yeah. I think something like
Rook looks strange.
I think something just like bishop c5 and rook e7 is probably enough to call it a day. If I'm being honest. Or I guess you can do h3 and king h2 and do the same thing.
Well, black's not in a hurry.
Right? Yeah. I mean, not like black's in a hurry either. Black
Let's
can't do
check
anything.
Southamp's game with Nagesh.
Huh? This is actually.
This actually looks really good for white. H4 and maybe H4 knight f3 check is what Sandeep's going for.
Yeah, I think this may be like a little bit of an overextension by white, because the d6 pawn is probably going to fall.
Yeah.
Like h3, like I don't really understand what the follow up here is. Like, it looks like Sandeep's just going to be up a pawn.
Yeah, it's still rook h7 or rook f7 is still the rook on a8 is stuck. There's potential doubling. I'd still take white here.
Yeah, the computer is taking black though.
Yeah, but from a practical standpoint, we're not cheating. We don't get to cheat.
Hey, you're the one who cheated the last time, Robbie.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one.
Uh huh.
Nah, I don't like this for white.
Well, Nagesh.
Because I think rook 88, and then you just plonk the rook on f7. Like, it's unlosable for black.
I'd play rook d7 here actually to stop the rook from getting in.
Yeah, it's even better. You just have a nice pawn.
And what happened here? Whoops! How did that?
This
happen?
is the.
That was
We're back to
really
the catch-up
long
king.
ago. Good heavens!
Yeah.
Now I gotta close some of these games. There's too many of them.
Tell Danny to fix the website.
All right. Oh, look at this. White is still. White's still trying to win this game.
Oh yeah, I mean. Okay, well, I mean, I guess. I don't know how much he has. 94 looks like a pretty reasonable move.
Who is this Catalan crusher, Jonathan?
I will.
Catalan crusher.
John Stephenson from Jamaica.
Oh.
He's 1700. But yeah, Queen d4 looks good here. I think the computer suggesting Queen d3 with probably with good reason. But Queen d4, all of a sudden, I think black's pieces lack some coordination. Oh, he instantly found Queen a2, I guess. b4, and what does black do?
I'll be honest. Queen a2 looks very suspicious. You can take that for whatever it means. Queen a2 looks very suspicious, to be honest with you.
Just bringing the queen away from the area where the action is going on.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm very, very, very suspicious, but...
Okay, and queen takes e4, queen takes e4. This is just technique required, but
yeah, this is
should be a win, right?
I mean,
what is going on?
This king being very here, this is very logical.
Queen knight f5, now queen 3. This is not super easy to win, I guess.
Trust me, this is very suspicious. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, reasonable.
I need to take care of an administrative issue. I don't understand why people do this, but anyway. Okay, so Let's go to another game. I'm not gonna support watching this game. Um, so let's go to the next game. So other games we have here. Um, so Arun drew that game against Mark, it looks like. Or no, they must have drawn round one. Magesh ended up drawing that game. Julio is still playing, so let's check that game.
It looks like Black has messed up, and White is thankfully going to win this game.
If there's
No way to prevent
if there's
mate.
any justice in the world, there is justice in the world.
There is justice, yes.
Yes.
And karma. There we go.
Yep. There is karma in the world. Jonathan,
Yes.
what's your famous quote in the chess circles of when you think you don't understand why someone does that? What do you always say?
Who does
Who
that?
does that? That's
Yeah.
just like the most ridiculous thing ever. It's just unfortunate. Anyway, okay, so let's.
We have a lot of title games here.
So we have all the games are done. So
Yeah, next round has started.
So Julio did win that game, and Julio is playing Mark Ginsburg, who's an international master from Tucson.
Oh wait, did he draw Beatrice last round? They were playing, right?
Yeah, was that a draw?
Wow, I cannot believe that was a draw.
Wait a second, I want to see. No,
He,
won.
oh no, he won. Then why does he have one?
He drew against Arun.
Oh,
The game
okay.
he was not able to. He was not able to convert that. So, one thing I did want to do is I did want to thank our sponsors for the for well, in addition to all the people that donated to the tournament and aren't playing in the tournament, we want to thank all you individual people for donating and supporting U.S. Chess. But I also want to thank some other donors. I want to thank the Southern Arizona Chess Association for donating. Paul Gold, who is a master that lives here locally here in Tucson. Thank you, Paul, for donating. Martha Underwood, who was the president of SACA, and I guess we just had elections, even though we didn't really have the elections. Martha is donated, so thank you, Martha. And Tony and Gloria Martinez, thank you for joining. Jonathan, is there any relation to there?
Yes,
Okay,
they're my
I just wanted to make
grandparents.
sure.
So,
And then we actually have a very esteemed donor. We have some of us refer to as CR. Okay, that would be Catalina Renee. That would be Renee Lampier. Thank you, Renee, for donating. We appreciate it very much, and we want to thank everybody else that will donate to the to U.S. Chess. There is a link that you can donate to U.S. Chess, and that will be shared in the Twitch chat. And it's a PayPal me for paypal.me/chesshelps. So you can donate directly there, and all those proceeds will go to the U.S. Chess Federation. So we
US Chess,
we thank all of those. We thank all those donors for doing that, and we also want to thank thanks Events for Chess for donating the services of the website for this tournament. So thank you to Events for Chess for doing that, and for those of you that keep donating, all those proceeds will go to the U.S. Chess. And I just want to again thank Jonathan and Pratik for joining us and for their cooperative efforts and for making chess a great activity and a good activity for people to play and stuff. So, okay, so here we have this 2700 guy. This plays so fast. Anyways,
Maybe that's why it's 2700. Okay.
2700 rapid. I don't think probably not FIDE, but that would probably be kind of crazy. But anyway, we have another E takes F6 Caro. So I told you this line is really becoming quite popular. And you know what's so funny is when I was younger, this was considered a mistake to play E takes F. Like it was not even something that you should even contemplate. And basically, computers have made this line completely playable. It's just unbelievable. Um, and it's a line that's just really hard to beat. It's not the most ambitious line in the world, but you can play very solidly and stuff. So okay, so let's go to we've got Sandeep, who got the draw upset in the last round against Grandmaster Magesh Jonathan.
Mhm.
And we have Arun Chess, who is playing him. And Arun, for those of you that don't know, he lives, I believe, in New Jersey. And Arun taught at the camp in person last year. And then he taught when I ran the National Chess Camp online this year. And so he's taught for us for 2 years. And Arun is like one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. He, along with Magesh, are just literally two of the nicest people you will ever meet. And they're very popular with the kids and stuff. So
So what do you think about this position, Robbie? White has the two bishops, but Black has a nice little space advantage
mm-hmm.
on the queen side. I'm
So
not 100% sure about it.
this is the Nimzo Indian, and so it's not unusual for Black fully intends on in the opening to play Bishop B4, and to trade on this knight. That's usually what happens, although it sometimes retreats. And basically, you're trying to yield this square. Of course, it comes at the cost of giving up the two bishops. So if we advance a little bit, this is pretty common. B6 is very common. I've always liked these positions for White personally. The computer likes Black, which is really hard to believe, to be honest. But anyway, I feel like White just really does well in these types of positions. He just plays really slow. He can play Knight F3 and Bishop D3 and Queen C2. And again, Black has a solid position, but it's not that ambitious. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this game. Um, I mean, it's totally fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But I've never been a fan of those positions for Black. If I'm going to go with the dark squared bishop or the two bishops, I want to get something for it. Um, so Jonathan, what do you think about the nom nom factor? That's Craig Hilby. Don't even ask me why. His name requires a lot of explanation.
I think it's pretty funny.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it totally is. So Jonathan, this is in English. What do you, or I guess it was in English by transposition. What do you think of this position for White?
Well, he has a space advantage,
Mm-hmm.
and not sure. Like it just seems like kind of equal, but I think White's slightly better here.
Okay. And how do you know White's slightly better? What's Black missing that White has?
Um,
I mean, he has more space, right? But what else?
yeah.
Pratik, what would you say?
He has central majority. That helps. Open files for his rooks.
Yeah, White has a center pawn majority. He has an extra center pawn. One thing that I always tell people when they're assessing positions, because so many people ask the question, I saw that, but I didn't know if it was good. Okay? And sometimes you have to rely on your positional understanding of the game. And here, I think what tips the scales in White's favor is that White has an extra center pawn. Okay? So if we're really comparing, White doesn't have a B pawn and Black doesn't have a D pawn. So that has to give White the advantage because what is Black going to do? I mean, Black's going to have to have something here to, and I just don't have an obvious plan, really. I mean,
Maybe like something like E5, E4. Trying to get some space for himself.
E5. Well, yeah, if Black, if he allowed E4, but that just doesn't seem right to me. These pawns seem very soft to me, and especially Knight G4, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't understand that.
You're right. I think you're right. Of trying to play E5 and trying to get E4 in. The problem, of course, is if you play E5, white's going to play knight to d2 probably,
Yeah.
and then black could maybe reposition to e6, but then white could play e3. So
Yeah, but at least black has some chances, right? Because now the d3 pawn is weak in that line, so it's like
yeah, well, I don't
some
think
counterplay.
white doesn't have to play knight d2 right away because black's not even threatening to play e4. So I think white could slow it down, and I think black's is going to be worse. But okay, so let's check the next game. Let's see how
Beatrice is doing.
Beatrice is doing. Okay, and so it looks like black is doing pretty well here because of this exchange.
This is also the same guy who's playing the IM last round, by the way.
Yep, no, I'm aware. Um, okay, so all right, we'll see how that game turns out. But looks like white is definitely a little bit worse here, just because white's bishop is not very good.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go back here. Let's see if there's any other game people. I like to give a shout out to the people that I recognize that are here. Some of these names I sort of recognize, but I sort of don't. Okay. Well, let's while we got a little bit of a slow, let's go ahead and check out. Let's check out this real quick. Oh, black one.
Oh, black one. Nice, yeah. Easy, just up a full piece.
Area 5 is Bodek?
Yes, I believe so.
Wow. That's what happened here? Let's see what happened. So takes. So it's 4-6. So it's white's. Oh my gosh! So he hung a piece.
Very nice. Yeah.
And then you're not gonna. And then the knight gets out and oh my gosh, that's a shame for Michael Bodek. Michael's so talented as a player. Yeah. So in this position, this is actually going the way that white would want it to go, because he has the bishop versus the knight, right? And white has a 4-3 pawn majority, and it looks like white is still, he's still pressing here, and then Michael just completely forgot about that trick.
Also, I looked up this IM Mitrova. He's very impressive. He looks like he just started playing in September of 2011 and made it to IM within like 9 years, which I guess is, I don't know,
How old is he? How old
crazy.
is he?
Actually, I guess never mind. He's 19.
He's 19?
Yeah. This guy is pretty young.
Wow. So, in other words, he started chess when you guys started chess, when you were young little whippersnappers, and you were taking all the rating points of adults.
Yeah, and then he just
Jonathan,
yeah,
Jonathan, do you ever feel bad when you were younger? Do you ever feel bad taking the rating points of adults?
I guess maybe a little bit, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan just felt terrible about it.
Yeah,
I can hear it in his voice.
Jonathan's like, you know what? You should win instead. I shouldn't win.
Yeah.
I don't deserve this.
That's exactly right.
Right, if I'm gonna be honest though, I don't really like playing kids that much anymore, because I'm just like 10-year-old, like 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard. I'd rather play adults. And then at least I'm like,
Trust me. I'm totally in agreement. Playing the kids. You know the worst. Actually, it's not playing the kids that bugs me. It's playing kids who are underrated, who are like have a U.S. chess rating that's so much different than their FIDE rating. Like I remember, I always tell this story. I played this tournament in Reno, and I was playing this kid who's like 2,300 U.S. chess rating, and his FIDE was 1750. I'm like, come
Jesus.
on. And I won. I actually won the game, and I got like 1 FIDE point or something. It was just like, it was pathetic. And I was like, this is so unfair. So
Sorry, Robbie.
it's kind of crazy. And then last year at the World Open in 2019, I played this up and comer Max Liu, who's very good. and
Hmm.
his his U.S. chess rating was like 2380, and his
Uh-huh.
FIDE was 2080. And I was like,
Beautiful.
and they paired the tournament by FIDE rating. So I should have paired up in the last round, but in fact I paired down, quote down in FIDE points, but I actually paired up in U.S. chess. So that's kind of
Hmm.
crazy. So all right, so let's check out. So Jonathan, basically the takeaway from today is you liked making adults miserable. Is that the deal?
No,
That's what I
sadly
got. That's what I
not.
got from it.
No,
You didn't secretly get a smile and like, you
no.
tried to beat me, so I just beat you.
Maybe a little, but not like.
All right. I mean, I know you're kind of ruthless. I mean, you got
Oh yeah.
that real evil streak in you.
Hmm.
I mean, you're actually quite famous for. Um,
Oh yeah. Very famous.
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's check out some. Let's check out. Are there any games? Let's check out how Julio and Mark are doing.
Ginsburg. Hmm.
So Mark is taking
Um.
queen pawn here. The computer likes b5. I'm presumably with the idea of b4. I don't like this position for Julio or for Mark. I mean, it's just it. The computer says +1, and that's probably worth it. So that's not so good. Okay, and what in the world?
Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, let's check and see who. Um, oh, for God's sake! 10 times I'm too fast for my own good. Let's check out. Let's check out how Sandeep and Arun are doing. So yeah, so if you're gonna play a position for black like this, you want if you're gonna have the two bishops versus the two knights, and you got the two knights, you're gonna want a position like this, where um, where your knights are very very active, and white's bishops have not gotten a chance to realize. Because you know what I always tell students, and I tell this to Jonathan, is if you have an advantage, like the two bishops or whatever, if you can't use it, it's not an advantage, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So if you don't have an advantage, you can actually capitalize on. What's the point? So that's one of these positions. I mean, the good thing for white is that those bishops are still pretty sexy. Um, Bishop on h2 is still decently well placed. But of course, black does have the natural idea of expanding on the queen side because he has a passed pawn, right? So
Yeah, also he doesn't have a pawn in this position, right? After g takes h4. I mean, it's not a great pawn, but
mhm.
it's up.
I feel like well, the thing is this knight has to stay here because white doesn't really want to allow rook to d4. So the knight is sort of limiting counterplay here.
I
So
mean, maybe you can play because the only reason you'd move your bishop to c5, or sorry, knight to c5 is if like bishop f3, right? Because you want to keep your knight on f4.
yeah, but I think you'll just play knight g5 if they play that.
No, that's fair enough. Sure,
Maybe.
sure.
I don't know. Maybe I know what the computer says, but practically, bishop f3 is the logical move in a position like this. So, um,
Yeah.
so uh, so we got. Let's check out the nom nom. Oh my gosh.
All right, this looks pretty good.
Yeah. This is what happens when the bishops become alive. Look at the sexiness of these bishops. I mean, they're just like it's crazy. And this knight's really really well placed. Jonathan, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
He could get demolished. That's an inside joke for Jonathan when he was famous and on TV and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Super
Jonathan
famous.
is Jonathan's turning down like endorsement deals all the time
Mhm.
for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I hear he's got a good fan club at home too. I know the fan club really really likes him at home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of supporters for Jonathan.
Oh
Makes
yes,
sense.
Jonathan is like Jonathan's like the crown jewel. Like everyone likes Jonathan because he doesn't look like super ruthless, but he actually is quite ruthless. He just waits and
Is
then
the crown jewel of Tucson? Is that what you mean?
no, just the crown jewel of like he's the crown
Arizona.
jewel of having family support. Like,
Oh, that's fair.
very good. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So this game looks pretty juicy from the white perspective. I didn't see a crusher, but it looked pretty good. And let's see how are we doing over here. They're doing the Ketchup King and Chess Gaines.
4-1.
And oh my goodness, yeah, this looks like
What
a
is happening?
you know what we call this a little bit? Forget the ketchup. This is called a pickle. This is not good.
Yeah,
Nobody's
Queen
gonna move.
D6.
Nobody's
Queen D6.
can't move. Stuck. Opposite color bishops and stuff. Um,
Maybe Bishop D3, but I don't even think that gets him out. Maybe something like
it's
King B1.
black's turn though.
As well, yeah, Queen D6. You should definitely put Queen D6 or C5 or something.
Yeah, the computer likes Queen A7, which looks absolutely juicy.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's just
Yeah, what line was this?
the lion. What was the lion defense? Good God, the names these days.
G4. Oh yes, this.
What
so,
is this?
So this is like so Alexei Shirov, Grandmaster, has played a lot of lines with G4, and I think G4 was inspired by that.
You know who I always liked for a G4? Richard Rapport.
Rappaport, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. Richard Rapport.
Either I just make it up.
I remember he had this like really weird game in the English, which was just like C4, Knight C3, G4. That's something absurd.
Yeah. So in these positions, what Black's supposed to play, he is supposed to play B5 in these positions and make it harder for White to castle queenside. Just because there's an automatic attack there. Jonathan, I think you played stuff like this. You used to play the English attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got a lot of attacking games and stuff. So
Yeah.
okay. Let's see. 1 second. So Jonathan and Pratik, for those of why don't you fill in everybody with why you started these organizations? We started this at the beginning of the telecast, like an hour and a half ago. Jonathan, why did you start Pawn Initiative?
I really just wanted to use chess to build a community and empower people. So I've been trying to fulfill that goal every day so far that I've had the Pawn Initiative.
Mm-hmm. And what are you planning on doing in the future?
Well, I really want to, once, this pandemic is subsided a little bit, I want to go back to teaching at the Boys and Girls Club and also at St. Luke's Home. But for now, I'm teaching online for free.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you just bust out the word subsided because you're studying for the SAT?
Yeah, Jonathan's an early bloomer.
Word subsided? Wow.
What's wrong with that word?
There's a word. All right. Now, Pratik, I know you have to use those fancy words when you're at Harvard because if you use small words, they won't respect you. So
yeah, of course.
Using like very fancy words only. Why did you start Chess Helps?
Hold on. Let me get my thesaurus out. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yes, please do.
No, it was just because I've been playing chess for a long time, and I kind of wanted to find a way to give back to the community, and that was what started it. But honestly, like once we had our first tournament, it was so much fun. It was so great seeing everyone come out and support a good cause that, like, it was kind of its own reward after that, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you didn't have any big words, so I'm a little disappointed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll thesaurus that for you and get back.
You'll what?
Get back to you.
What word did you use?
Thesaurus? I made it up.
Thesaurus? Is that even a word?
Definitely not. Hold on.
Wow, you're gonna get in trouble because you just used a word that's not even a word.
Wait, hold on. Wow. It is a word.
Honestly, I don't know what people are gonna say.
Wait, it is a word.
Is it actually in Webster's dictionary, or is it like in some, like, did you find it on Google on your first attempt?
I did find it on Google on my first attempt on thesaurus.com.
thesaursize.com. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. All right. Well, Jonathan, the game on the concurrent screen has subsided.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this is like checkmate. So I would say there's enough subcisions. Never mind. Anyway, that's
Oh
just
my
terrible.
gosh.
That's just so bad.
Wait.
Um,
Oh, what is happening? Okay, interesting.
whoa. Uh, I like black. I think I like black on
Why?
E3. I think
E
E3.
E E can he defend the pawn? E3 rookie one
Yeah.
with the idea of rookie two rookie one.
I don't know, man. E3, rookie one, rookie eight. How does White even gang up on the pawn?
Rookie two. Rookie two. Oh wait, well, this is definitely wrong. What?
What do you mean wrong? He's getting his king active.
But the pawn, the passed pawn.
We don't care about that. That e pawn is a goner as long as it's blockaded. So yes, I
That's
like this,
fair.
and I don't care what the computer says. This looks objectively. This looks very good. Sandeep playing a nice move there, finding the move king f2. Yeah, realizing that there's some stuff here. The thing is that black has two potential sets of passed pawns with these guys and these guys, and White's only claim to fame is this pawn.
Oh, this is a mistake though, right? Because now he loses the e pawn when he could have hung on to king f3.
Oh no, he has rook d4.
That's true. Okay, he does.
But
So he has to play that.
I'll bet you that. Yeah, so this is interesting. So now Arun has to find a way. Now, knight b3 objectively leads to a draw. But I'll bet you Arun plays for the win. And if I were Arun, I would have played rook a8. I was just going to say that. Because, remember, an advantage is only an advantage if you can use it. And here we have equal number of pawns, but black's pawns are more, I wouldn't, well...
More better? Is that what you're looking
better?
for?
Is that? But that would violate Harvard rules. I mean, you can't say that. That's like a bad. Are you allowed to use those words because you're doing this remotely, or?
Wait. No, it's because I was trying to. It's for satirical purpose. I was trying to imitate what you were saying.
You
You
were
know?
trying to imitate what I was saying. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, as I remember when I coached you, you love the phrase quote. That was an epic fail. It was an epic fail.
Yeah, that described most of my games at the time. Like, what I would normally do back then is, like, I would sit down and then I'd offer a draw. You know, like,
Jonathan,
I don't know if you remember that.
Jonathan, see, it's not just you.
Oh no, Jonathan has to learn from the original drawer.
Yeah, Jonathan, it's not just you. I'm an equal opportunity. I'm equal opportunity on this.
Mm-hmm.
Totally missed winning the e-pawn there.
Yes, I mean he also does have 6 minutes to Sandeep's
Whoa.
for
Rook
B3.
a4. Look at that move. Rook a4 according to the computer. What a move.
Yeah, that's just absurd. That should be illegal. Okay, I guess this is okay too. But it looks like Urin has converted some significant advantage here.
Sandeep offered a draw. I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. I don't think Arun's giving you a draw in this position. Rook e4, probably.
Is this one?
Wow, king e4.
Is this no? Okay, this is maybe this is okay. Wait. Okay.
Objectively, black's better here.
Yeah.
I don't care what the computer says.
Okay. Well, now you can do this. This should be now. You can get the pawn behind. Or you can get the rook behind the pawn now, right? So it should be easier for black to convert.
I don't know why he didn't play rook a3 check there. Okay, so basically he's just like he's doing heart surgery here. He's being very precise.
Okay, and now it just takes.
Yeah, this is game over.
Yeah,
Sandeep really hung in there. But this, honestly, as you guys know, when you play grandmasters and IMs and stuff like that, they just don't mess these positions up. They just don't, and they're just very, very good at. They're very good at being difficult to beat.
Well, I like the rating. I like the rating increase from that. Hearn getting 130 points.
Yeah, Arun's getting so many
Losing.
points. Well, we had a match that Jonathan and Rohan played in for the Saka Chess Club, and Rohan was our bottom board, but he was our
Uh-huh.
third highest rated. So his rapid rating was like 700 or something ridiculous.
Very nice.
It was crazy. So yeah.
All right, let's go back to the games.
All right. All right, let's check out what's going on here. So we got Sensei
Okay.
Julio.
Oh, what? Okay. Mark coming up with some interesting tactics.
Look at that move, Jonathan.
Rook e4, visually very stunning.
What are you an art critic now? Visually stunning, very the imagery and the good use of the shadows was made.
Hey Robbie, lots of people say chess is art, alright? Not just me, not just me.
Art.
Exactly. So what's wrong with being an art critic?
Well, look at this. King F4. Wait, Julio, what are you doing?
He's gaining some time on the clock, Robbie.
He's ahead on the clock. He's ahead of the clock. Why is he shuffling like that? It's just.
Well, it looks like the last gambit kind of failed.
Yeah, rookie 4. Imagine you being in time pressure, okay, and someone playing that move against you, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't see that at all. And remember, chess, king is a fighting piece. Jonathan, fighting. That's Julio. That's a special.
Yeah, Julio should know this.
Yeah, I mean, fighting, Julio, fighting. Knight takes FE. Looks like it's a G and a G.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we got the resonation in.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's in the last game?
So,
I think there's one more game in this.
Critique, have you been playing any chess this summer? Like online or anything?
This summer, yeah, I've been playing lots of chess.com. I really enjoy, donating rating points to those who would like them. It's actually it just warms my heart.
Okay.
So some people like to give charity. I like to give rating points.
Okay. Yeah,
So
but rating points are cheaper than money.
That's fair, but I hold them very dear in my heart because I earned them a long time ago. They have sentimental value.
Jonathan, has Pratik donated any rating points to you or what?
No, not that I know of.
Wow.
I haven't played Jonathan in a long time.
Where is the love?
I can always give you some. I know you've been hard pressed recently, so.
That is brutal. That is so brutal. Oh man.
When I was playing, the biggest joke I had about Robbie was about how he always used to drop out of tournaments. Every tournament I would play in, if Robbie were there, he'd play round one, he'd draw to like someone who was like 100 points lower than him, drop out.
That never happened. And the round
it happened all the time. It really happened every single tournament.
That is scandalously lying. No way.
It's the truth hurts, Robbie. The truth hurts. That's all I'm going to say.
Gosh, I never. Okay, I was talking about this the other day with someone, and I've had a couple quick withdrawals. I'm not gonna lie.
Couple.
Withdrawals.
Well, I said quick withdrawals. If we were judging it based on withdrawals, I'm definitely one of the leaders in that department. So.
I think if the USCF started keeping track of like withdrawal statistics.
Yeah, maybe I'll get an award at the U.S. Open. Most withdrawals from a tournament, and then there could be another category: most withdrawals based on percentage of rounds played. So people who drop out before the last round would be ranked lower than someone that had.
I see. Interesting.
One game or
yes, because Robbie typically drops out after the first game.
Yes, exactly.
Or the second game.
Exactly. All right, so here we have the last round of the
under 16.
So let's check who's winning this tournament. Can you guys check out who our tag 082920 is and
Sure.
Kapil Manohar?
So Kapil Manohar is Kapil Manohar. Don't know him. I mean, it kind of shocked me too. And then what's the other name?
Where's
R-Tag.
Jonathan Martinez and Jonathan Martinez? Never mind. And who's the other person?
I cannot find his name. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Maybe I'm just overlooking something, but I don't see him on the list.
Okay. Well,
Maybe he joined late or something.
Well, sometimes they forget to put their chess.com username when they register and stuff. So.
Okay, well, whoever it is, R-Tag is. Yeah, this is definitely the battle for first place.
Yeah, this is.
You see standings?
Yeah, we got these guys.
No, I don't think it's done here. Yeah, whatever. Maybe it's probably in the tournament, Robbie.
Let's see what we got here. Well, that's my games. I don't see a way to do it.
You can go to.
Is there a way?
Yeah. I'll have to talk to chess.com about that one. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, bishop takes f6. Yeah. Definitely an interesting move.
We'll take. Why don't you call Danny Wrench? We'll tell him that you're unhappy with the standings. Jonathan, how do you think that'll go over?
Probably not too well.
I think Danny.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
I think Danny
He'd be chuffed.
Just laugh at him. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. But yeah, it looks like.
Rohith. Oh my God, this game's over already. What?
There's a missing queen. There's a missing rook. I don't know what happened here.
All right, we gotta see this.
Oh.
Whoops! Forgot to add the fabric softener. There goes the rook.
Did you play like queen f6 or something? What? Queen c1?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is an interesting game. Well, a little miniature.
Rohith Champ 22 just became a champ because he went 4-0.
That's true.
Let's see. Check anybody else.
Sorry, this is the U.S. blind champion.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Playing as black.
Okay. US
very impressive.
Playing, okay, Talasar, and she's playing Swaroop. Say who is that?
This is Swaroop Sayapraju. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
I think he played for Basis Chandler.
Oh yes. He was your board 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Talasar playing here. So
if Talasar wins, she'll tie for first.
I don't think Talasar should have played that. I wonder if she could have gotten away with Rook D8, and then I guess Rook D8, Queen E1, and then yeah, but you still could have played Knight D7. All right.
And I think but very impressive.
Yeah,
playing.
She's 3-0, so she has a chance to tie for first. And okay, so she's completing her development with the bishop. You know what I always hated about these positions for black was I hated the fact that my pawn on e5 could never move.
Yeah, I used to play this stuff against the London, but I just gave up on it after getting wrecked like countless times.
Yeah, Jonathan, you used to play the King's Indian. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Remember these positions?
Kind of. It's been like a long time.
Yeah, no.
I've got some trauma from these, for sure.
To be honest, you haven't played this in a long time. I do know that. All right.
Swaroop can take some advantage with decisive action, I guess. C5,
yeah,
very powerful move.
You're really an expert with that analysis engine, Pratik.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
I mean, you just found that so fast. That was very impressive.
Wait, not as fast as Swaroop found it though.
Yeah, that's very fast. You're very impressive. I'll have to let Chessable and ChessSpace know that you're that quick on these.
How can I say, Robbie? I'm a professional.
Yeah. You're a professional. Yes, exactly. All right. So let's check out the other sections. We can't spend too much time on these games, unfortunately. So let's check out. I think it's.
Go to the open section, Robbie. You haven't even looked at that yet. This is the middle one.
Yeah. Well, I know which one it is, but we haven't looked at the. Let's check this out. So we'll check out. This is the. Is this the last round? What is this?
This is the last round.
Yeah.
Is it really already? They finished that fast. I thought they were just playing round 3. All right, so clearly look at the speed of both players. They're both playing very quickly. So let's check this out. So bishop b4 check, knight d2. Okay, this knight d2 line is very scary for black. I can tell you. I've looked at some of these games and these positions are nothing to sneeze at.
I used to play this briefly.
For black?
For white.
Oh, for white, yeah. This stuff is, well, I feel like both sides can get their butt kicked if they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, so this is interesting. So this a5 move is very strange move, but the idea is that if white ever takes with the queen, then black plays b6, bishop a6, and that's not such a big deal because b6 and bishop a6 was always a big deal. But the extra nugget is that black can play rook a7. And you say, well, why is that a big deal? Well, number one, it's on the diagonal. But when black ends up playing c5, the rook can actually come to c7. So it's kind of an ingenious idea, this long-term idea. And then, of course,
Cool.
and if white ever ends up taking on c4 with the knight, then black can play b6 and bishop b7, and then get control of the e4 square. So the fact that they're both playing so fast, because this is for first, really, and this is two title players. We've got so Julio is, according to the computer, this is pretty good. Julio's playing decently quickly, and remember how fast Mitrova has been playing. Like, I don't think he's used 3 minutes in any of his games except for that one game where there was some questionable playing going on.
This seems like it almost looks like a King's Indian attack that just kind of never went anywhere for white.
This is how they play these positions. This is just sort of how they play. White's willing to play these type of positions because when black gets what he wants, and then what does he do? Like, it's not so simple to convert these positions. I've always liked these positions for black because I like the idea of being able to play b4 and then playing c5 and then just busting this whole thing up. But okay, let's check. And actually, we should check and see who. Do we have any? Wow, so these are the only two perfects? Is that based on the second game?
Yeah, so this is it. One of those two guys is going to win.
Because I know Rune could not play all 4 rounds. He could only play 3. So that kind of took him out of contention. And Craig is, what is this? Craig is playing, oh my god, he did not. So Craig was bragging. Look what he played, Jonathan. He actually had the stones to play knight a6. Okay?
Wow.
And actually, you know what? I know it looks really dumb, okay? Yeah, and it's objectively not the best thing to do. But, if black can play c6 and knight c7 and d5 structures, it's not like horrendous. I mean, clearly if it was any good players would play it, but Craig is playing mind games here. And you guys see the idea is that if white takes on a6, that black has queen a5 check and picks up the bishop. So that's why black's willing to look like he's threatening to wreck his pawn structure.
How did this happen?
Jonathan, if you were playing a tournament and someone played knight a6, what would you do? How would you approach the game of seeing something so strange?
I just develop normally because that's all I would know what to do, right? Because there's no theory, so
right, exactly.
Just follow the rules.
Wait, are you saying follow the rules? Wait, is this?
Yeah.
Wait, Jonathan, you like to follow the rules?
Sometimes.
Good, excellent. I'm so glad that this has been ingrained in your knowledge. Yes.
Yeah.
Following the rules, and my term for that is what, Jonathan?
Be a cow.
Be a cow. Yes. Be a cow. Follow the rest of the herd. Just do what everybody else is doing. It's okay. Don't try to be brilliant when you don't need to be. So yeah, be a cow. So,
A funny story about knights moving to the A file. When in the World Open in the last round once, someone played 193 against me.
And you offered a draw?
They offered me a draw.
No, they didn't.
They did. They played 193 and offered a draw.
And you quickly accepted, so you could go home.
I didn't have to think.
Okay. So you're not answering the question. What are you, a politician?
Well, I said I accepted. Yeah, I said I didn't even have to think.
You didn't even have to think, but did you
Does
take
that-
the draw? That's
Of course.
you took the
What do you
draw.
expect?
Okay. Oh, because you were playing someone higher rated,
Yes.
and that one rating point made the difference of you getting into Harvard or not.
Yes. You're reading my mind here, Robbie.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I can't do anything better than this.
It's very commonly known that that one rating point was all that was needed. I mean,
Yes.
I think it's pretty obvious actually. I mean, it's what was needed. All right, so we got Sensei. And what's the
Sensei,
evaluation? Yeah,
Sensei C3, not C3, I guess.
C5. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
and this is why this position. You sort of referenced it, but you said it's like a Keynesian attack that never got going. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's also that there's like he didn't even get close to going.
Yeah, like the pawn is on H5 for what, right? Like, nice. Yeah, just never got there.
I cannot believe how fast this guy plays, though. I mean, when you play for first, you should like slow down a little bit, right? And C5 it really likes here. C5, Rook A5 C. That's so up Julio's alley. He loves unbalances in the position. Hey, Jonathan, what if you were to have a top line or two of Julio? What do you think his top lines are?
His top lines.
When I say a top line, one of his sayings that he likes to say.
Oh, sayings. I think you meant openings.
No, sayings.
Extend.
Extend, okay. And when Julio says extend, what does he mean?
He means go deeper in the position because you're missing something.
All right. Do you tend to stop too quickly?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay, good. Yes. Pratik used to do the same thing. I mean,
Did I? Probably. Yeah, definitely. It's not like it got any better.
in between rating point donations. Okay. What other sayings does Julio have that you like?
Let me think. He says fighting a lot.
Fighting, yes. Yes, fighting.
It looks like he found the fighting move C5, so...
Fighting. Okay? And so, one of my favorites is when I first was doing lessons with him, he gave me this file, and it had the letters EST, and I was like, Julio, what in the heck is EST? He goes, EST! And I go, yeah, what does it mean? He's like, equal stronger threat. I'm like, okay. And then later on in the file, there was a point, all it said was RM. I was like, okay, what's an RM? He's like, resulting move. And I was like, okay. So I guess he's got all these little cool sayings and stuff, and he's actually been he's actually made chess fun for me again, frankly, because he has such a great exciting repertoire, and he just he truly picks lines that are quote fighting. So yeah, those are pretty good.
Hey, you want to check out some of the other games, Robbie?
Well, yeah, this is the first place game though.
Oh yeah, that's true, I guess.
White has taken on this move. He's taken 1 whole minute, which is amazing considering it's move 23. We can check out Area 5 and the Catalan Crusher. And guess what? We're not looking at this game. So let's go to the next game. Let's check. Actually, we didn't check Mark's game. He's playing Big Piano. Who's Big Piano, by the way?
Big Piano. Oh, I think I recognize this. Let me check. Big Piano is... Oh, no, never mind. It's Ishan Guha. I think we talked about him before, but none of us knew him.
So you guys get this. This is like, so part of your chess culture, okay, is have you ever seen an endgame like this studied? Jonathan, what's what's going to be what's your evaluation of this endgame? Without doing
Mm.
the well, without doing the critique special and looking at the
No, you did that too. You did that too.
Quick,
Pot calling,
You just played
pot,
this. Pause that.
pot calling the kettle black.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, well with this move, a4, it should easily be winning for white, right?
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is bring the knight to c3 and then
Right, but I was
game's
asking you,
over.
Jonathan. Jonathan, what's your assessment of this?
I think white should be better because that d5 pawn's weak, and um,
Yeah, D5 is weak, but what's so what move? So check out the star move that Mark played in this last position. He plays this move A3, and this is
yeah,
what we call whoops. This is what when you play A3 and these guys come off the board. It's called the principle of two weaknesses. So basically, you've created a second weakness that's isolated. So if black takes or doesn't take, well, if he doesn't take, he'll drop a pawn for nothing. But if he does take the pawn, then A5 and D5 are both isolated, right? And so
yeah, and there's like knight b3
and the
too.
knight just goes to B3 and wins. But I was wondering back here in this position, from what I remember, or not remember, what I've seen before is that what black should have done was play bishop A4 check here, and that would have stopped the king from advancing. If white had played B3, then the bishop could come right back, but then the king can't advance. And then there would have been some work to do, but obviously white's much better here because the knight's better than the bishop. Would you guys all agree with that?
Yeah, and like the two pawn islands versus three,
Yeah.
and better king.
Yep.
It just a lot of advantages.
So it looks like oh my god, -5. Good lord. DE doesn't look right to me, even though it's -3. Bishop C.
Yeah.
This just looks just really good for black. So selfishly hoping that Julio doesn't mess this up. And then
Also, Robert, I think Michelle mentioned it's the last round of Chess Kid.
oh yes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go over to there. I actually had this open.
Can we look at the games?
We can.
Ah, here we go.
Okay, so we have, and I hopefully the ones at the top are. Well, we can't. So, can someone help and tell us who's winning this tournament? Is the games on top the number one games or what?
Let's see. Let me look at the ratings. Maybe we can guess through that. What's for chess? Let's look at that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Check if Ranger Krish and Cam Jam have won
By
their.
the higher. I don't know if I can see if they won their first four, right? Okay.
You can check on. You can click on their name and see.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's some clicks you gotta look. You gotta move around a little bit, but I'll have you guys do that for me.
Yeah, no worries.
We have a game in which white's up a rook, so this looks pretty good. Let's see what the opening was. So we had an attempted two knights attack. Ranger Grish does have 4 points, and so they're leading the tournament. Let's see if we have any other ones. So here, H6. This is H6 is. It's actually not a bad move, but it's not good if you follow it up with bishop c5. But anyway, they're just playing it. Jonathan, you played this before, haven't you?
Yeah,
That's white?
just a few times.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
All right, so here we have an Italian game that's pretty standard. Bishop e6 is actually correct. A lot of people play their bishop to g4. And Jonathan, what do you remember about why bishop g4 is a mistake?
Because you can just play h3 and he can't go back to h5.
And if he takes on f3, what's the plan for white?
You're just gonna put the knight on f5
Yeah,
and then attack on the king side.
Glorious. And the hidden thing in the position is this beautiful bishop. it's just beautiful. So the two nights versus. So it looks like so Ranger Krish has a perfect score, and he's
Looks like he's going to extend his lead.
he's going to extend the lead. Yes, yes. He's going to extend his lead because the position has subsided. Um, and let's see. Let's see. Let's check the next game.
Packer fan.
Packer fan has 3.5 points. And let's see how he's doing here. So he's down a piece versus Andre and Andre TPS 10. How many points does he have? Looks like this is this looks like a crushing win for Black here because this bishop's going to fall and it's going to be 2 knights down. So yep.
Sadly, this tournament will not make him feel better about how bad the Packers are going to do this season.
I think the Packers will be just fine. JK.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
I mean, you're a Cowboys fan, so I mean, your opinion is pretty irrelevant either way.
And the local Joseph Reed loves to make fun of my Cowboys on Facebook.
I mean, of course. What is there to not make fun of?
All the time. It's so annoying. Jonathan, do you see those posts?
I've only seen a few of those.
And they're always making fun of him, and I never respond to him because I don't want him to have the satisfaction of me losing. Oh, okay, so here we have
Safe
spinning golf 12. He's 12-16, and he has
down the pawn.
Spinning golf has safe spinning golf has 3 out of 4, and Andre has let's check out. Andre has 3.5. Where is Andre? All right, so Andre will end up with 3.5. This looks like that's a game over.
So is this the 5th round or the 4th round?
This is the 5th round.
5th round. Okay.
Yeah,
so it seems that
finishing. So yeah, almost all the games are over. So it looks like the game that we just saw, I forget who it was. They're going to go 4-0. It looks like Andre TPS 10 will get 3.5. Looks like he played a very, very nice game, and it looks like defeated Strawberry. What a name! Versus
it looks like he was indeed defeated.
Max the Master. Yes.
His game quite accurately predicted his unfortunate situation.
Yeah, this looks like this is game over. So congratulations to
Ranger Krish.
Yeah, so
for winning.
Krish is and I don't know if there was a game that finished earlier than that might have had, but congratulations to him. And,
5 out of 5.
Yep,
very nicely done.
Winning this, and thank you for everybody for supporting this benefit for U.S. Chess. It's great, U.S. Chess. Because there's been no in-person tournaments, they're not getting money from rating fees. They're not getting money for U.S. Chess memberships. So if you have not extended your U.S. Chess membership, U.S. Chess could really use those funds right now, and they're offering memberships. You can extend for several years and get discounts. So I'd encourage everybody to extend their U.S. Chess membership. They're not getting tournaments because of they're not getting rating fee money because there's no over-the-board tournament. So they're losing out on that kind of revenue as well. So if you have a chance, if you want to play in an online tournament or something like that. With rating fee, with the U.S. Chess has, they're running weekly tournaments on online. So I'd encourage everybody to do that and extend your memberships. Just do whatever you can to keep U.S. Chess going, and hopefully when the pandemic subsides, we'll be
so funny, Robbie.
When the pandemic subsides, we'll be able to get more tournaments in play again, and Jonathan's promised me he's going to study really, really hard because he can't wait for the overboard tournaments to start again so he can
more adults.
increase his rating, play some adults, take their rating points and laugh at them. Just like the mean
Yeah, I
things that
always do
we
that.
the mean things that we know about Jonathan because he's
I
such a
just wanna shout out Rare Elite Blossom for also tying for first with 5 points in this under 800 tournament. So good
yeah.
job.
So yeah, uh, Rare Light Blossom and Ranger Krish both got 5-0. So congratulations to them. And our Packer fan, he ended up losing. So Andre's going to get 4.5. So those will be some of our top finishers in the tournament. So congratulations to everybody else. So we're going to leave this tournament because it looks like this tournament is pretty much
Done.
pretty much over. So
Let's go.
congratulations to our winners over there. And
We go back to the open.
what is the nom nom factor doing here?
So it looks like he is winning. Yeah,
One on time.
but it looks like he also has mate, right? Queen H1, Queen H2. Yeah.
And Julio drew that game. Wow.
He drew.
Wow.
My lord. Wait, what happened? Wait. Can you look at what happened here?
Yeah. So this was.
He drew in. I mean, I guess it's. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So 91. So C5 was the big fighting move, as you guys have been saying.
Fighting.
And then D5. Rook takes C5. Bishop C8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did Julio do here? Bishop takes C5. Rook takes C5. Rook takes C5. Oh yeah, because this is work.
Let's do this. 1 second. Okay, we're gonna try to do something on the fly here. So Julio D4 was just crushing it. Looked like. 1 second. So okay. So anyway, so it looks like Julio missed D4. I guess he must have been. What do you think he was worried about here?
Not sure. Let's see. So D4. I mean, he can't play knight takes C3 because C takes. So it seems like the bishop has to go back.
All right. So I've got Grandmaster Julio Sedora joining us because I just sent him the link for the Zoom call. Julio.
Yes. Hello.
How'd you get a haircut?
I went to the barber shop,
Oh, okay.
like real barber shop where they talk, basketball and good cuts.
So yeah. Julio, we were just analyzing. We were just basically briefly looking at your game, and it looks like you guys were both playing very, very quickly. Tell us a little bit about the. We'll go to examination mode. So can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see it clearly.
Okay.
You can flip the board, I guess.
You want me to flip it?
I'd like to see it from Black's perspective.
But I thought you taught me that I could needed to look at it from either perspective.
That's right. That's you. You have that special skill. I don't not prepare like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want you to know that Jonathan is smiling with a big smile on his face because he knows you and he just knows all of your mannerisms and all of your things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not that big.
So how do I flip this?
You go to settings, I think maybe.
Oh yeah, that one.
All right, there we go. All right. So Julio, tell us a little bit about this game. So you didn't watch your opponent's games this tournament, but basically there was a lot of his games were like he was playing instantly, like the entire tournament and stuff. So he plays very, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So tell
Yeah,
us
he,
about this line.
this one I just wanted to go solid because it's the last round, and I had a feeling, I am Indian player, I'm gonna be playing some Catalan, so dream come true. But I didn't expect the sideline ID too, so I just went with what I knew. You guys know this, right? This take an A5. A5 is supposed to be the best idea
Yeah,
here. Take.
I was explaining to both Jonathan and Pratik because they had not seen this before that one of the ideas behind A5 was to be able to play Rook A7, C5, Rook C7 idea, but also if they take with the Queen, that you can play B6 and Bishop A6. But if you have the A5 move, then you can play Rook C7, and then you can get your Rook A7, Rook C7 ideas.
Yeah, it's easy to play. So let's move forward.
Okay.
Coach Robbie here. DC4. One of the main ideas of this A5 is that if you play this normal, well, it's a blunder if you play D5, right?
Right.
Because of my G5. So if you play a normal, say C6 or H, something like A6, let's go with the A6. Let's say, I don't know, castling. If you don't mind, just turn off the engine. He's distracting me.
Oh,
Mr. Fish is distracting me.
well, I mean, to be honest, Pratik wants to see all the engine lines.
Robbie, you do the same thing, all right? You can't say anything. This is just projection at its finest, if I'm being honest.
And Jonathan doesn't care if the lines are shown because, he plays.
He is the engine.
He plays chess for the love of the game. He doesn't.
The love of the game, right?
Okay, good.
So there's something with if you play D5, oh, we still cannot play it. But anyway, if you play Rook A7 and something with okay, D5 is fine. A6, A4, A4, C6. There's these annoying ideas with knight E5.
Uh-huh.
So if we have A5, I can go Rook A6. That is one of the key ideas with the A5 move.
Wait, how does the rook get to A6?
If we have A5 instead of A6. So yeah, this one he might get compensation with the knights. I think. Oh wait, simply actually. Yeah, it's difficult.
One second. So I just want to give a shout out to Chris Bird, who is working for US Chess now. He's been watching the US Chess stream and this fundraiser for raising money for US Chess. And so, Chris, thank you for watching the stream today, and thanks for all you do for US Chess. And I know you've got a challenging situation given that so much of this stuff is run online. So, but thank you for all your contributions and all that. So, all right, anyway, Julio, you can go ahead and continue.
Thank you, Chris. So anyway, go back to the game with the A5. I wanted this rook to be on A6 later. So anyway, it was surprising when you go to move 11. Just move 11. Actually, yeah, here, move 9. Move 9, he offered a draw.
And you know what Julio says? In one of my files, Julio has, it's all in caps, draw offer declined.
Really? Really? So I gotta set an example to my players. You don't take off draw offers. You're not allowed, not permitted to take draw offers when there's still plenty of play on the board. So answer is obvious. Play on Bishop E7.
Declined.
Yes, Bishop E7. So I think he's just feeling uncomfortable here, really, because he doesn't know what to do. So you can fast forward,
Julio,
like the way.
A3 just not a good move because it seems like a waste.
I think it's fine because he needs to control C3 at some point after B3. But maybe you're right. Maybe B3 right away. I do agree that there could be a better move instead of A3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So A4.
E4, I think it's bad because it gives me the B4 square. So you can fast forward here. I got my pieces in his camp.
And this is just beautiful, right? It's like taking candy from a baby.
I know what
Like,
it's like. Yeah.
like, have you ever taken candy? Have you ever taken candy from Tiki?
No, I don't do that because you're gonna have to deal with crying.
Okay.
So I can hear him crying here. Yeah.
Okay, so Tiggy is, if you guys don't know, Julio has a kid. His name is Tiggy, and he named him so that he could be like. I'm just totally making this up. This is to name him after Petrosian, because he wanted him to be able to play good chess, right?
Maybe if he wants
Just
to.
checking, just checking. All right. So E5, and then knight to B4. We gain a tempo. All right, and
Hmm.
now we're like you're like sitting on him. So
Yeah.
H6, Rook D1, Bishop A6 is all looks very logical. H1.
Hmm.
Pratik during the telecast, he said this looks like a King's Indian attack that never got off the ground.
Exactly. Yes. The King's Indian attack gone wrong. So no threats, just bluff, just pressuring me on the clock. So I just play fast here. H5, knight d3. Yeah, there's probably more than one move here. Keep going. I could have taken, but we just wanted to give him options. So yeah, at some point I gotta find a target, right? So when there's a weakness, usually the opponent is sick, right? Right, Jonathan? Weakness equals
Sick.
sick, disease. Look at that. One opponent is sick and the rest is already infected. Yeah. B2 is weak and everyone else is infected. Yes, this is COVID.
Hey,
COVID on his channel.
Julio,
Yep.
we were saying on the telecast that that you don't have a lot of energy and that you're kind of low energy and
Yeah.
you never scream, you try to play very boring chess and
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't do that. So
all
I'm
right, so what
slow.
do you need to?
Yeah, I'm pretty sluggish here, so I played c5. I feel like, okay, c5. No, kidding aside, I think this is the most critical moment. We spent about like maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes here. C5 is the tactical blow because if he plays dc5,
Then the rook on A4, right?
yeah. So did they solve this?
Oh, we didn't have time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
dc5, find a tactic.
Pratik and Jonathan, you guys are on the
Okay.
clock here. What happens on DC?
DC,
No engine.
knight C, knight C1,
Then
bishop C1,
then
queen D1,
bishop f1.
C3. Wait, no, never mind.
C3, bc3.
No.
I take on A4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
just board vision.
Yeah, that's
E2 is there, A4 is there too. So yeah, he is really out of sorts here. I think he's really in trouble. So D5 he played, and unfortunately I was playing too fast. I should have taken on A4 first. Yeah, it's just I was playing too fast. So ED, Rook A5, but still it's fine. It still should be more than one move that wins here. And he played knight, or what did he play? Knight big c5, and I just blundered something. I took quickly, take, and then I missed rook c5, bishop takes c5, rook c5, d4, rook d5. And yeah, I know things went wrong already.
You wanted to play D4 and Bishop E6 to consolidate.
Yeah, but it wins. I thought it wins material, but I missed rook e6. Therefore, d4 right away should have won.
Yeah, D4 was according to Pratik's friend was winning.
Yeah. So, you just in this type of time control, I thought it's good to practice your rhythm, not too slow, not too fast. So yeah, well deserved for him to put up some resistance, right, and be tricky. So
In the final position here,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the computer says here, but what was your assessment of the final position?
My assessment was I think I may still have better chances, but things could easily go wrong with my clock ticking to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Down 2 minutes, and it's not as clear anymore. So I had to admit I made a mistake. And yeah, karma losses.
Wait, you make mistakes?
Yeah, these days I make more mistakes now. Yeah, no excuses. I make mistakes, more mistakes now. So you gotta train more, you know. DE3, I think Jonathan or Robbie, maybe Pratik will play it too. DE3, right?
Yeah, DJ.
DE3,
DE3,
wow.
but it's just wacky.
Wacky, huh?
That's scary.
No likey, you know, out of control.
Yeah. So
So I think it's
DE3,
logical.
yeah. I feel like white's okay there, though. I feel like black's pawn pieces are not harmonious.
Yeah, there's not enough weakness too in the white camp, so he should have enough resources. For
Mm-hmm.
example, can you move it DE3?
Uh-huh.
Rook takes D8, rook takes D8, and there I realize the detail here. Oh, you can take, and then rook takes
Oh, no,
two.
you're right.
But I was annoyed at queen E5.
Yeah, queen a5, yeah.
Yeah, there's some, yeah, monkey wrench.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw a Spaniard in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Queen E5.
Julio, you realize that you're dating yourself when you use the word monkey wrench. Like the kids have no idea what monkey wrench means.
No?
Like
Okay, well,
you and I know what the monkey wrench means, but you know.
yeah. Gordon knows monkey wrench. So,
Okay.
monkey wrench, yeah, it's just really confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably dynamically balanced here. But why take the risk?
Huh?
Why take the risk, right? So,
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So, Julio, we wanna thank you for playing in the Chess Helps tournament, and this is a benefit to raise money for U.S. Chess. So we thank you for your participation. Having your name on the list and other grandmasters and title players encourages others to play, and so I think we got more players just because players like you were willing to play. So we appreciate you giving your time to this, and we thank you for playing. Um, you have any Pratik or Jonathan? You want to say anything to what we call Sensei Julio?
Thanks for playing, Julio.
Yeah, thank you so much for playing.
well, thank you for inviting me. I do miss playing tournaments these days, and I think it's a mixed blessing, guys, that we're in this situation, but we can still play plenty of tournaments. And I'm happy to see that there are, individuals and even organizations willing to help U.S. chess and keep popularizing our game to all ages, right? And it's really nice to see title players even participating in this event. Maybe you'll host another one. And I'll be willing to join in again. And I had fun. Just so you know, guys,
Well,
it
thank
was
you,
fun.
Julio. And
Thanks, Julio.
and the final thing is make sure you make some tactics for Jonathan out of out of all of your games that you played today, because he was itching to have some complicated tactics. He likes those.
Yeah,
Not just some tactics. What do we call them? What kind of tactics are these?
practical.
The little small tactics. Yes, the small tactics we have to see. Not just the big, the small tactics. Okay.
Yeah, we already talked about Jonathan already talked about your some of your favorite lines, and one of them is fighting, and another one was I brought up EST and
Yes, the.
EST and RM.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, share it with your followers here on Twitch. How many followers do you guys have now?
I don't really keep track of that stuff because we don't do a ton of streaming. Jonathan and I do the Beat the Coach that we've had to put on hiatus a little bit because school started and stuff. So we're trying to figure out a good time to do all this. But we will be coming back to do this, do the Beat the Coach at some point because I think I actually really enjoy it, and I know Jonathan has a great time. Right, Jonathan?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I love grilling him on the spot. I always say, okay, Jonathan, what do you think you should do here? And so it's a good back and forth and stuff because I know him so well. Unfortunately, he knows me really well too, so that can be
It goes both ways.
a curse and a blessing and stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, thank
Well,
you, Julio, for joining us today.
sure, sure. Yes, and well done, guys, hosting this event, and thanks for inviting me again.
Oh
Have
no,
a great
absolutely.
day.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right,
See you
thanks, Julio.
guys.
Bye.
Welcome. Bye.
So let's go back to the so Sensei Julio and Mitraba actually got 3.5 out of 4. So they tied for first. So congratulations to both of them, and we really want to thank Julio for joining us today. It was a really on the spot, and only because I know Julio that he was willing to to join right away, and so we really thank him for jumping on the call. That was not planned at all. I just sent him an email real quick and a text message after his tournament was done, and I asked him if he'd be willing to come on here, and nice to get some comments shared. And we want to congratulate those two for winning this event, and providing some really good competition for people. And um, Jonathan and Pratik, I know we said it at the beginning of the tournament, and we said it at the midpoint, but I wanna thank you guys for your volunteering, all the volunteer work that you've done with through Pratik, through Chess Helps, um, for the last 7 years, and Jonathan for starting up Pawn Initiative, which is a 501c3 organization. And I know you've got some really good plans. So I think it's great that you two young people were able to, volunteer your time and be willing to take some time out of your schedules to raise some money for U.S. Chess. U.S. Chess does need the money, so we do appreciate people for donating and renewing their memberships and playing online tournaments and stuff, because that's kind of like the new normal right now. And so I'd encourage everybody to try to take advantage of those. Pratik, what do you have any comments you'd like to say about the tournament?
I mean, I just want to thank everyone for playing. Thank everyone for watching our stream. It was really fun commentating. And yeah, just thanks for everyone for showing up.
Yeah, and Pratik, I'm really glad that we got those juices flowing again, because I know you've been kind of like taking a hiatus here from chess. So this is our way of making sure that you don't retire,
Oh, of
and
course, of course.
you got to continue to play and stuff. So I'm glad that you're able uh, to keep doing chess, loving it, love doing it and stuff, and finding a way to fit it in. Jonathan, do you have
Thanks, Bobby.
any comments?
Yeah, I just also wanted to thank everyone for playing and also watching the stream. I think it was a really good turnout, and I think everyone, had fun. So pretty happy about that.
And actually, we didn't even say it earlier, but we had 170 players, 170 players playing in this event between the three sections on chess.com and all the kids that joined on Chess Kid. So 170 players is a wonderful, wonderful turnout, and all this money going to charity, going to the U.S. Chess Federation, is fantastic. I do want to thank, in addition to thanking Jonathan and Pratik, I want to thank our donors for their donations to the to the Southern Arizona Chess Association. Paul Gold, Martha Underwood, Tony and Gloria Martinez, and Renee Lamphere, who donated to this, and hopefully we'll be able to run another one of these. I think it'd be really, really great. Julio, as you can see, is down to play. He's got a lot of energy and stuff. I also want to thank Events for Chess for donating the use of the chess registration website, and I'm glad that we were able to get such good title players. And I'm really tickled to death for the Arizona people that were able to play in this event and get some good competition, because we are in Arizona. Obviously, we had people from all over the country playing, but the local people always have a special place in our heart. And so we thank everybody for joining this telecast today. I want to thank uh, I want to thank Southern Arizona Chess for letting us Twitch on or stream on their Twitch channel, and I want to thank Michelle Martinez for doing a ridiculous amount of work behind the scenes. You guys never see it. The reason the tournament it comes out successful is because Michelle and chess.com and Chess Kid do so much work behind the scenes and stuff. And we really want to thank her for her efforts and contributions. And we'll hopefully do one of these again. Hopefully, Pratik and Jonathan, you guys are down to do this again. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
All
Thanks for
right.
helping us, Robbie.
Oh no, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was absolutely wonderful, and thanks everybody for tuning in. And by the way, we Southern Arizona Chess does run tournaments. We're going to be redoing our schedule coming up. Beat the Coach for Chess Kid will be back in some shape or form. With school starting, it just didn't make sense to run it on Fridays during the day. So we'll be trying to look at that. And then the Southern Arizona Chess Association will continue to run, or we'll be running blitz tournaments at some point, and then Chess Kid will have events. And now that the school year started, we'll be having some online events. So we encourage people to play. You don't have to be in Southern Arizona just to play in our events. As long as you want to join our group, we're trying to add people the best we can, and provide an avenue for people to play chess. So thank you everybody for doing this. Um, and thanks to Chess Helps, Pawn Initiative, Pratik, J Mart, J Snazzy, J Everything, all the other nicknames that he has, Clappy, all the
J
other
Dog.
things. Yes.
God, there's so many.
Good. I'm glad I embarrassed Jonathan, but I know that I made Catalina Renee very happy. So, anyway, um, I will. We're going to sign off for now, and thanks for everybody for joining the stream today. Okay. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye, Robbie. Bye, Jonathan.